Wait, what? I have no idea who was talking during the intro.
That was
Okay, did I lose you already? What's going on, everybody? This is Multi with Multiverse number 30. It is great to see y'all here. We got Miss Deborah. At least for me, she keeps, I don't know. Internet's going to be wonky. Lex, how you doing?
Doing pretty well. Excited to have tomorrow off. As always, slow news week. Nothing going on in the world right now. What a boring place we live in.
Yeah, absolutely nothing going on. Absolutely no topics tonight. So we're just going to hang out.
Sounds great. Low key. Low energy.
Sounds good to me. And no better person to hang out with than John Ambler himself, who just entered the studio.
How's it going, folks?
What's up, Cracker? How have you been this week?
Yeah. I've been all right. Work's been popping off, so yeah, keeping my sanity, so to speak. But other than that,
isn't that just kind of how we all do things? We're just trying to keep our sanity as life throws us lemons, and then you hit people with lemons because you throw them straight back.
Yeah.
Just a little lemon in the eye. Everybody loves that. Everybody loves that.
Little lemon shower, lemon drink.
Lemon shower. Hold on, that's something else. Margaret, before I can't say that joke whenever I'm talking to a woman. Margaret, good to see you. JK, mod extraordinaire. And then John shows up. Okay, so there was something growing up in the ghetto when I was young. One of the little nursery rhymes, so to speak.
Oh boy.
If I were a dog and you were a flower, I'd lift up my leg to give you a shower. Now, is that something that you say to your friend, or is that just something just like fucking with you?
That's not nearly as bad as I was afraid it was going to be.
Nope. That's that lemon shower that John Ambler was talking about. But also Germans love that too. They pay good money for those kind of videos.
Yeah.
I love it. Just the absolute dead air. It's like nobody knows what to say.
Like crickets or something like that.
I'll start breaking out of
somebody somewhere saying, write that down. And they're probably looking it up right now.
Writing it down to put us on a list.
No, they're not.
Another list.
Another list? Hold on, I'm on all the lists except for one that has a red dot and gives measles in your neighborhood. I'm not on that list.
You lost me.
Pedophiles.
Oh no.
Yep, you'll never find me on one of those lists.
Miss Deborah had to mute in response to what you've said.
I think, Miss Deborah, can you restart? I think you're having connectivity issues.
I will.
Yeah, because everyone else is coming in from me fine, but you're coming off like extremely stilted, like fucking dial-up internet, like AOL when it first started. There you go.
You got mail.
Didn't AOL like officially stop recently? Like
Actually,
officially ended their like dial-up service. I think within the last year, dial-up officially ended. I don't know who was still using it, but I think they officially ended it this within the past year.
I don't know either, man. We've had fiber and all kinds of stuff for decades now. I'm trying to remember the last time we had dial-up. I think that was 2001. That's the last time I can remember. And then we had routers and it wasn't dial-up anymore. Anyway, anybody else have anything to say about that? Go ahead.
Well, AOL did shut down its dial-up service on September 30th of this past year after more than 30 years. So there's still a couple other ones left, but I don't know who's using it.
Oh, well, I guess all their clientele died from old age.
They're still voting, though.
Yes.
Yeah, the dead people are still voting.
And that's what matters.
Poorly, may I add.
Imagine being so patriotic that not even death can keep you from getting to the polls.
Pokemon.
Go to the hills.
Calm down there, Killary.
Oh my god.
Focus.
Okay, this is not a political stream. We could go down that rabbit hole. There's a whole lot to talk about whenever it comes to that kind of stuff. But this is not a political stream.
No, I do that on Mondays.
Make it political. Don't worry, Hollywood does that for us.
Oh, plenty of times. Whether you want to or not.
And I don't.
John, didn't you promise that you were going to do a shirtless stream?
Nope.
Are you
I
sure?
wouldn't
Well, you
remember.
were very drunk. I understand if you don't remember.
Hold on. If he's gonna do that, can I get very drunk first so I don't remember it?
I
he
need to
didn't
at least
actually
be
say,
drunk
just
so I don't
looking.
remember it either.
I'm waiting on Miss Deborah to get back before we go into our first topic. But chat, how are you guys doing? I see all of the kings and queens in here, and I hope that y'all are doing great because the start of the new year, 2026, has not really been that great for a lot of us personally, and it hasn't been great for the box office. It hasn't been great for a ton of people. And we will talk about that. But what it is great is that we all stay together. And that's what this stream is exactly about, is making sure that we keep in touch and we have a laugh and a gaff. Miss Deborah, are you working better now?
I don't think it's working.
Is
I
she
don't think so.
blanking out for y'all, or is it just me and the shitty internet in the
I
hotel?
mean, I can see her just fine the whole
Mhm.
time. The audio is a little touch and go, but
Yeah.
Well, the rewatch is going to be absolutely chef's kiss.
right.
Oh, I love doing the rewatches. I don't know if anybody here actually does rewatches of the live streams, because a lot of the times we talk later and, you know, not to put out too much private information. We're just like, I think that was bad, or I think that was something was a little bit off. And then we do the live, the rewatch. I'm just like, oh, actually, StreamYard did its job. That flowed perfectly.
I do re-listens while I'm doing something else.
I don't know how many times afterwards I've been just like, man, I want to kill myself. I want to kill the whole channel after that one. And then I do the rewatch or the re-listen or whatever Lex wants to call it. And I'm just like, holy shit, no, that flowed really, really well.
Well, I don't know what Miss Deborah's plan is now.
I don't know, but John's got a cheese dick eating grin right there. So I just wanted to highlight that because he's looking beautiful as ever.
I got nothing.
You got nothing between your legs? What?
Oh,
That's not what she said.
Who is she? Let's try Miss Deborah again.
Speaking of which, hey, how's it going, Deborah?
Let's try Miss Deborah again.
Speaking of which,
That is
hey, how's it going, Deborah?
Hold on. Now someone is clipping something. Hold on.
Hey, how's it going, Deborah?
Hold on. Now someone is clipping something. Hold on. Miss Deborah, close out of the YouTube stream.
Or muted.
Yeah.
Close out of the YouTube stream. What's happening? I don't
We're
even know.
professional folks.
Yeah, just
Professional stream.
you have the YouTube stream open on the other side so we can hear it through your other thing.
Now you can?
We can hear
No.
you. Not now.
Yeah, you just fixed it.
Whatever.
it's fine now. It's good. Whatever
Yeah,
you've done,
we're good.
it's fine.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Keep with that setup. Do it
And
great.
highly organized.
Don't worry. We'll edit it in post. We will not.
Do
edit
it
in
live.
post.
I ain't editing shit.
Can we start over?
Okay, hello, Miss Deborah. How is your white ass doing?
Well, obviously not too good. I don't know what happened with all that, but sorry about that. But I'm here. I was hearing everybody like say things twice. It was so weird.
Mm.
So, anyway, sorry. Great to see you, Lex and John, who's been acting up all day on stream. I saw you. I saw
Mm-mm.
you.
I
Mhm.
would never.
Yes, you would.
He would
And you
only.
did. Yep. Sure did. Sure did. Anyway.
I plead the fifth.
This is
Whatever.
this is the best thing ever. Like, I'm having so much fun with this shitty hotel reception. I'm having so much fun with how, like, I can hear y'all, but then y'all keep clipping in and out, and I have no idea what the audience is seeing. Like, this is going to be absolutely golden. It keeps me engaged, and I'm just laughing my ass off this entire time.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad we have an audience at this point.
And that's
I don't
why
see
I
any
titled it.
pitchforks.
Y'all, some of y'all are still here.
I know, right? Wow.
Oh, life's got its ups and downs, roller coasters, but God did just say that He came to give us life more abundant.
Yep.
The lows feel lower, the highs are way more higher.
That's
More
true.
higher? What the fuck? No,
Well,
that's
just
not grammatically
higher.
correct.
Just higher.
Can you take me higher?
As
John's
Creed
fucking
comes back.
drunk already. See?
No, Creed
It's
is
worse.
coming back. They're doing a reunion tour. Sammy Three-Peat would absolutely love this. If only I had an article. Creed is coming back. Scott Stapp is reformed. He's got his, eczema. He's got that taken care of. He's going to come in from the rafters like he did at that championship playoff game.
Okay.
I promise you.
Okay. I mean,
What?
they're okay. I was not a huge fan, but they're good.
I like their first album, but then they overplayed it.
No.
Yeah, I
Baldy,
like
you did not. You
people
did not sell Miss Deborah on that one. You
Uh-huh.
tried. You tried.
I like Human Clay and the one before that one, and then I was just like, I don't give a shit anymore.
Oh, My Own Prison.
My Own Prison. Yeah, I like
Oh, My
that.
Own Prison. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was young though. That's before I knew what actually like heavy rock music sounded like.
That's why you liked them.
You
Whatever.
basically said you liked them because you didn't have any taste.
Yeah. You didn't know any better. It's okay.
Is
You
that
were
why
young,
you like Garth
experimenting.
Brooks?
He liked the
Garth
taste of
Brooks.
Creed in his mouth.
That's before there was plaque on the tongue where I couldn't taste it
my
anymore.
God. Oh my gosh. Woo. And here we go.
Anyway, hold on. I haven't said a racial slur yet. I don't
What?
think.
I
They're
don't
not
believe I've
young.
heard one yet.
I mean, I've
Well-
called you a cracker, but who cares? You're white. Doesn't matter.
Throw some cheese on this bitch.
Wheatland are weathered. Why did I think that said Wheatland? Weathered,
We're
Weathered
talking
was
about
the one-
crackers.
Wow.
Weathered was the one right after Human Clay. Jana Banana. Okay. Sup boner. Oh, I can't say that. It's a girl.
You just
We
did.
were just talking
Too late.
about how I haven't said a racial slur yet.
Why put off tomorrow what you can do today?
John Ambler, give her a racial slur. Jana Bananas is fucking awesome. She can handle anything, except if I can't say that.
Except a racial slur.
No, I can't say that.
I mean, why do we have to do racial slurs? I mean, if it comes out, it comes out.
She's
That's
Persian.
what she said.
No, okay.
That's what she said. Yes, John.
So if you guys don't know Jana Banana, she goes around and she says highly offensive things in chats, but like she's cool as shit. So like nothing offends her. She says she's Persian. So she wears a whole lot of fucking cologne. It smells a whole lot of cinnamon and persimmon.
You were so
No deodorant, probably about 3 different gold chains. She works at a mall kiosk down where, well, that mall closed 3 years ago, but she still thinks that she works there. That's Janet Banana.
Wow. Okay.
She has a half-shaved head.
Whew.
Rose water.
Rosewater. Rosewater.
But-
No, that checks out.
Rosebud.
Rose water. That just means you stole some flowers from someone richer down the street, threw it in the tap water off the hose that you stole their water from, and took a bath.
Well, this
No,
is
we
gonna
can
be
all
good.
stay like this all day. I don't give a fuck how awkward I just made that.
There was a market for that a few years back.
There
Wait,
was.
what?
Yeah.
What, bathing in the hose?
No, bathwater.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Don't you remember all that weirdness? Lean into it. Lean into it.
See,
that's
Jane,
what she also said.
see, Miss Deborah, you get a little bit upset, but she's sitting here texting, and I drive a gold BMW I can't afford with designer sunglasses.
I'm not upset. I'm just like,
No, you need to unpucker your sphincter whenever we make fun of things. That's what this whole place is about.
okay. I mean, I think
So, okay.
racial slurs just happen. You don't have to plan on them.
Not enough.
But they're fun. They're fun to be spontaneous as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not just planning on it. It's like, okay, never mind.
Whatever.
Anyone
nigger.
who's made it
Y'all wanna
17
get to-
minutes into this stream knows that there is not a
Congratulations.
plan.
None whatsoever.
None of this is planning. That's the whole point of the damn show, is that we hang out and then I just read titles like a lot of women do. They just read titles and think that they know everything about it. And that's what we do with the articles that we go through on this show. So speaking of that, since it has been about 18 minutes at this point, let's get to the first one. All right, which one do we want to do first? Is there anything that's on your guys' radar?
Not really.
Fuck it, let's get
I'm
it
just-
off
I'm
of
checked out.
everyone's radar. Let's get each other off. Caleb McLaughlin and Gatton Matarazzo, I don't know, I should send them back. Joined Finn Wolfhard Saturday Night Live. Golly, mushmouth out the mouth, fucking ass. Tip of the tongue, the teeth, and the lips. Monologue to commemorate end of Stranger Things. The Stranger Things star made his hosting debut where he was joined by musical guest A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky, but no, there's A$AP Rock who's actually good. A lot of y'all are probably too young to even know who that person is. A$AP Rocky. Is that the darky right there? Because we know these two guys are from the... I don't fucking know. I didn't watch Stranger Things. I was hoping she
I
would
don't
be
know
like,
either
give us
who
some
any of them-
context.
Who are these gay guys?
Go ahead.
I was just wondering who the gay guys were. Or is
Well,
that
it's funny that
women?
you say
They're
that
all gay.
because
I'm wondering why he's wearing Hassan's dog collar right there. Just tried to make it look like a tie/bow tie.
Some people pay good money for that kind of
That-
treatment.
that actually was a fashion of tie,
Right.
but like 60 plus years ago. Like that's not a relevant thing.
That
And his
yeah.
Coach sweatshirt, that's Coach. That's also from 30 years ago. Are they still trying to keep the theme of it was 80s, but in another time?
Maybe.
And then he's just applying for a loan. That's the only time that blacks would wear white, except when they're smiling at night.
God. Okay.
Okay, I actually do like Finn Wolfhard. I have a little bit of respect for him. Everybody else I don't give a shit about. But let's see if he sticks his foot in his mouth. All those whole high-waisted pants. Hold up. Nigga, what is you doing?
There you
there's
go.
racial slur.
Yeah.
He is too tall for the waistline to be up there. It's like this dude buys his shoes at Kmart. What is going on?
Kmart. Do they still have Kmart?
No, Kmart's bankrupt. But also, this is a young Seth Rogen. All right. We need to hear content of character rather than what their agents put them in, because they are multimillionaires from this show that apparently has sucked.
I don't know. I don't know.
Looks like they do a lot of sucking. It's probably how they got all that money.
Well,
position.
Yeah.
SNL did do a parody skit involving Finn as a gay Harry Potter, but
Maybe.
no, I'm serious.
that
It was yesterday that they did this.
Yeah, Lex wouldn't be lying about that, and I have no doubt that they would try to do it. But that just means he's one of them. He's in bed with them, which means that the skit was not actually a skit. It was just a reenactment of real life, like Unsolved Mysteries.
It had one funny scene in it because they had Jason Momoa as Hagrid. If you haven't seen it, you can watch it. It's the whole thing's a bit much, but there is it did get a chuckle out of me with that particular scene.
Okay. I'll probably look at it.
I may have sent it.
Then Wolfhard was joined by a few of his former Stranger Things co-stars for the SNL debut. The actor kicked off his monologue as host, addressing the end of his beloved Netflix show. Well, it used to be, and then it all came out. It is not very highly rated. Everyone's basically been shitting on it. The people who are up to date with the lore, and then the Duffer Brothers trying to throw their own conspiracy theories out there in the wake of they pulled a Dumb and Dumber and they fucked it up. Noting that he was a mere 12 years old when it began on the series and said that it was so amazing that 400 million people got to watch me go through puberty.
And in Hollywood, some got to watch that more closely than others.
And they still didn't get to see you fuck a bitch that didn't pump herself full of plasticine. Anyway, come on, man. You're straight. Do straight things. I know a lot of people still see me as the kid from Straight Things, right? But I'm 23 now, and I'm proud to officially announce that I'm a man. So it took you 23 years to officially announce that you're a man. Never mind. I am losing our respect for this nigga. Oh, yeah, that's right. Things are different now. Well, that sounds like a fucking Valley Girl woman speak. Get the fuck out of California.
It's too
Like,
late.
for example, I have facial hair and it took you 23 years. Can we zoom in on it?
It's the first time I had facial hair besides having somebody else's pubes on my chin from sucking dick.
Please tell me that this is a part of the okay, this is a scripted monologue. So this is not what he would actually say. So these are all jokes. That's why this is actually funny. It might be only be one hair, but the party starts when the first guest arrives. And then they didn't even stick the landing. Hold on, things were funny. And the punchline is the party starts when the first guest arrives. The first hair at 23. Nigga, y'all don't know how to write comedy anymore.
Was that the whole article? Oh,
no, that's the opening monologue. You can still see it, right, brother?
Oh, yeah. It's there.
Boom, 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 boom. Let me find which tab it is. My tabs. Meet the new me, the man me. Stranger Things is over. I'm not a kid anymore. He continued as Caleb McLaughlin, and Gaten Matarazzo appeared, exclaiming, and neither are we. We're not going to watch this dude's monologue.
I would have said this was Chat GPT, but Chat GPT could have typed something better than this bullshit.
Well, this is what happens whenever you have 26 woke DEI hired writers in the writing room. They're thinking of strange quips, stranger than quips, but they can't make them actually mesh together. They can't make them actually link up because there is no clear purpose to it. Oh, let's make fun of how he started as a kid and then now he's hit puberty. It's like, yeah, he hit puberty a long fucking time ago, like 8 fucking years ago. He hit puberty. It's almost like the comedy matter has already, like the comedy substance for all of that kind of stuff. It's old. It's like now we can joke about the Twin Towers, but because that was all the way back 9/11, 2001. There's too soon and there's too late. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In case nobody, because nobody else wants to jump in this conversation as soon as I said 9/11. So, like, go ahead, like, talk your shit. I don't give a fuck.
His line there says, "Mine was pretty blank when they called cut on my final scene. Didn't have many thoughts." I feel like that's not a new experience. At least not in Hollywood.
I don't think it is either, because I did actually do a video on my channel about whenever he filmed his final scene, obviously way before the series came out, but whenever they wrapped shooting and Finn came out and said, it was like, well, it's been one, basically, is him talking, not someone scripted for him, but how he was actually thinking, and he was just talking off the cuff. It was like, it's basically like, it's been real. That's it. It's over now.
At least until the money runs out and they want to do a spinoff.
I don't think he'll come back. Okay, this is a good topic of conversation especially for a live stream. I don't think that Finn will actually come back if they try to do it, and I think they will try to do it. They'll try to do that mysterious. It's not Comic Gate. What's it called? Cosmic Gate?
Oh no, it was I could have said it right until then. It's Conformity Gate. There we go. I knew it would come to me.
Conformity Gate or Conformist Gate, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think
late.
Finn would come back. I think the others would, because Finn actually has talent. The other ones, like, they're no names.
I was to say, it depends on what prospects look like, but it's too late. It's too late to do that. It's unless they would try to tell a story where it is in fact they've been all in some illusion for longer than they thought. There's no way to work it because they're all too old. They were already too old to be doing what they just did in this past season. It was like I'm sorry. I know you guys are all at least full 10 years younger than I am, if not more, but some of you guys don't look like it anymore.
Yeah. How much de-aging makeup did they have to actually use?
They should have used more. They had the budget for it. I wonder where it went because it didn't go in the show.
Well, let's go down to his actual thoughts. This is no longer a part of the monologue. This is just something that he said in a different interview as soon as he got out. I didn't have many thoughts. I knew that I was around a lot of the cast, and we wanted to spend as much time as possible, taking as much time for ourselves as possible, because you're all adults, because you all have other things that are going on. Experiencing these feelings together was really important. And when I first read the ending, I felt sad because the ending was absolute bullshit. There was nothing left to go. The story was not summed up. And even if you try to leave Easter eggs and everything and play it off as that, no one gives a shit anymore because it was not a satisfying ending. It was a melancholy way of reading because Finn is smarter than the average bear. I will stand by that until he proves me wrong. But everything that he has said whenever his PR agent is not around is that he actually thinks for himself, because I thought it was the perfect way to end. But at the same time, I was sad to say goodbye to the show. So he ended with his PR response, but in the middle of it, he couldn't help but trip himself up by actually spewing out his actual legitimate thoughts. He knows it was shit, but he still had to do it because he's still under contract. That's what I take away from that.
Well, I mean, anytime you see him or a lot of the other cast members talking about the show, they are not passionate about how that series ended. They're just not. But I don't know anybody who is. Frankly, when the internet comes up with a massive, it puts out conspiracy videos about how what the real ending is and all that type of stuff, probably because you didn't end it well.
Now there's two of them.
What?
This is getting out of hand.
Wait, there's two of them. One of them doesn't have.
How could I be there twice? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me kill the one that doesn't have. I don't know what you're doing, Miss Deborah, but it's glorious.
No, it's fucking awful. I don't know.
I see Wayfarer here. My Filipino brother. Good to see you. John was saying hey to Brimstone. Brimstone's here.
Hey,
Good to see you, brother.
Brimstone.
Don't worry, Brimstone, if you're still here, we are still on for Wednesday. It's a transition period. Wait, you know that. Text if you have anything that you want to talk about. Anyway, back to this article. The article, by the way, is over at this point. I don't think there's really anything more that we need to say at this point. Stranger Things shit the bed in the 5th and final season. Even Miss Malty, who's right there, that was one of her favorite things. This was basically the way that I felt about Game of Thrones until season 7 started happening, and it was just like, what the fuck are they doing? And she came out after the 4 that came on Christmas Day, because she binge watched them. Halfway through that first one, I was like, if you like this, I'm not going to interrupt it. So I left and went outside to smoke cigarettes and chill and hang out with other people. And I was like, that was gay as shit. She came out yelling, that was gay as shit. I was like, babe, that's your show. They should have stopped at season 1. Should have been a season 1 and done.
Yeah, I never got into it. I watched half of one episode or half of one episode of season 1. I couldn't do it.
Season 1 was good. I will stand behind that one, although it has been like a fucking decade since I was still living in Colorado. I was a newbie in Colorado whenever season 1 came out. Brimstone, real quick. Wednesday, we talked about the first Horseman. Not Horseman number 1, but the first Horseman that came out with Rippaverse. I guess it was the concept one. So that's what we're doing there. Welcome to Floor Spot. Yes. Yep, that one. Yep. That is the topic. I guess we should go ahead and shamelessly plug ourselves. Brimstone and I are going to be starting at something, and we're going to switch back and forth between channels. But we're shooting for on Wednesdays. Text me, brother. We're shooting for Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be doing Rippaverse reviews / discussions for the ones that we do have. Because let's be honest, like Rippaverse is so fucking like vibrant and flourishing. We can't keep up. I can't keep up. But I do have a lot. So we're going to be doing like in-depth reviews, conversations. Obviously, things will go off the rails as they always do whenever I'm on a live stream. But that's the brand. That's the price you pay.
Do you have a time?
It should be 6 p.m. CST. I will, I think, well, I'll have to text you whose channel we're starting it on first. And then I'll make the assets for a thumbnail. We'll get it out. Y'all will see it. Don't worry. Through Twitter, we'll let everybody know.
Nice.
John, we have to watch it, okay, to support.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you got to support the Saskas. We got to support Chuck Dixon, Eric, obviously.
Support.
Jay, obviously, we will get to Saints and Sinners, and we may have some special guests. No, just leaving that on the table. You want me to be first? Okay, cool.
More special than me and John? I mean, it's going to be hard to do.
Not more
I'm special
special
in another way, but
Yeah, I know.
more special
More
headed
Ed than me and John? No.
Oh, goodness. I am so tired of talking about Stranger Things. I hope that. Does anybody else have anything to say before we go into something?
No, let's bury it and leave it down.
let's bury it with my hopes and dreams.
Oh,
Let's bury it in
Oh
our
man, that
ass.
is deep.
Ugh.
But whose ass do we not want to bury it in? Kathleen Kennedy, because she's actually out. So the shit dick from Bob Iger has come out and says Solo, a Star Wars story, even though she just got fired. Do not get that wrong. Do not get that twisted. She was fired. She didn't step down. The Solo movie, Solo lost money. Only regret during Lucasfilm presidency, fundamentally, conceptually, you cannot replace Han Solo. But you still tried anyway, you dumb fucking bitch, because the Force was always female for you. And that's when you brought Amelia Clark, who was Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones. You brought her in as something was like, oh, she's got dick-sucking lips and nice tits. Great. We're going to put this with this relatively unknown actor to play a young Han Solo, and then you completely fucked up his lucky dice. You gave that a completely different backstory. And this was around the time where they said, oh, the expanded universe is now no longer canon. However, we're going to steal things from the expanded universe. Go fuck yourself. All right. Star Wars rant. I could go longer, but I'm not going.
No, I could jump on right there. The expanded universe thing makes me mad, but I have a whole stream with Cole Hauser on talking about Star Wars stuff on Tuesday. So,
Nice.
Oh, bro.
Oh, you're going to be on Cole Hauser's stream?
yeah,
Oh, I love his
I
streams.
think he mentioned that we might have a special guest there too. But
Ooh, proud.
It's not me.
Ryan or Mahler, like Star Wars extraordinaires.
yeah, those guys know Star Wars like nobody else. Like I know a lot because I'm a huge nerd who get lost on like the Wikipedias and the fandom sites and like read all this stuff. They know the stuff because they've actually gone and read all of the books and comics and things themselves. I'm interested in the lore. They just love the experience in a way that I don't. I love learning stories and like what's going on, and like I want to know how it all fits together. I'm the nerd that likes to read the encyclopedia. They're the nerds that like to actually go through the plots and the stories, like and feel it like you're like the normal experience.
Oh, thanks, Just JK. Thanks for that.
I would do Star Wars Theory as well. I would love to talk to him. I'm not going to say his real name. I almost slipped up and said his real name. I know he doesn't like that to be out there.
I don't know it, so.
Star Wars Theory is also a really good person just to have a base and like civil conversation with when it comes to Star Wars. But I get heated. I get fucking heated when it comes to people talking about Star Wars. But the thing is, this is why that I brought this up, because Kathleen Kennedy was in charge of Lucasfilm whenever Solo came out, because George Lucas had already sold it over. And then they decided to put this out, and she said, well, fundamentally, conceptually, you can't replace Han Solo. So that was my one regret. And I was like, well, that was your doing, you stupid bitch.
You know, with this whole thing, I have seen a lot of people, at least online, celebrating like, oh, finally, there's a chance that Star Wars can get better now that Kathleen Kennedy's out of the way. I'm like, no, because the people who are taking her spot have been there the whole time. They're just as guilty as she is. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they were licking her taint the whole time.
There has to be something, though, she's been involved with that was good. There has to be.
Yeah, if you go back to the early days.
Yeah, she got coffee for Steven Spielberg and George Lucas while they were filming Indiana Jones. That's what she was doing. She danced on the pole in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in the stripper scene in the very beginning. Yeah, she danced on the pole. Go look it up. That's what she was doing. That's the only thing that she did of value. Fuck that bitch. No, good riddance. But all the people under her, like, yeah, she can sit down fat and happy with that laundered Disney money. And then her little underlings are coming up, and she's like, well, I'm just going to say something to the public. That's why I picked this article, because Spencer Piccoli, that is the brother, to me, he leaves no stone left unturned. All right, y'all go ahead before we go into the article.
To her credit, Now, granted, she wasn't the driving force, but she was a producer involved in a couple of films that are generally well loved. Things like Schindler's List and Jurassic Park and Back to the Future. But you notice what all of those have in common?
Steven Spielberg.
She was never the one actually in charge. She was involved. She may have even had a producer role. And they're all before the year 2000. Like if you go right now and you pull up a list of like the biggest films that she's really like are considered universally good, you're not going to find one after the year 2000.
Okay.
They're all in the 1900s. I mean, from the 80s and the 90s. That's it.
Yeah.
They're all before she quote unquote rose to power.
Yeah.
And then she was just a side hand on those. It's like, yeah, you now have name recognition because of these absolutely astonishing, like star rising filmmakers. And so
Some people are better in a supporting role.
hitched your wagon to a star. Who said that? Was that the guy who wrote Walden on Walden?
Who wrote Walden and Walden?
Walden is like a 90-page
Yeah.
Henry David Thoreau.
Yes.
Hitch your
Yeah.
wagon to a star. And that's what Kathleen Kennedy did. And then she got into that business. And then when she was out on her own, when she became executive producer, when she became when she fell upwards, is because she already had that money from, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah. She should just take that money and live a good life and take some nice vacations, and let's don't play film anymore, Kathleen. Just,
Well, here's the thing, though. I think this is part of the conversation that Lex has already brought up, and he's already like teetered upon. Is it doesn't matter now if she's gone, because she's been training these other motherfuckers that are now vying for the position. It's going to be the same thing. It's just someone else is going to take the fall.
But also, it's damage done. It's like it's too late, my guy. You already killed Star Wars. It's I don't know. If the mission was to ruin the franchise, mission accomplished. She doesn't need to be there anymore for it to still be uninteresting to almost everyone. The damage is done. The patient is dead.
and it's not coming back.
Well, it's going to be like
not
fucking
anytime soon.
Pennywise. It has to go to sleep for 15 years, and then
Yeah.
they'll try to resurrect it, and then it'll be a whole nother cycle. That's the only thing that they have going on. That's the only thing that Hollywood has going on in their heads right now. Let's revive old franchises that were proper.
That's all they can do.
Because we can't come out with anything new for ourselves, not even give a shot at it. And when someone with a lower budget actually does give a shot at it, it's like, oh, great. Customers like that. Holy crap, that was a blowout box office right there. Where did this movie come from? It's like, it didn't come from Hollywood. Case closed, period. In that sentence right there, it didn't come from Hollywood. Therefore, it did well.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else is she going to say on her patting herself on the back on the way out the door?
Let's see what Spencer says. With the sun setting on her tenure as Lucasfilm president, Kathleen Kennedy says that despite the many, many lows the studio hit during her time at its helm, she has no real regrets towards her stewardship of Star Wars, Indiana Jones. Oh, yeah, we didn't even get to Indiana Jones. Willow, that they completely nuked off of Disney Plus, but nobody was asking for that anyway. And then they made Ginger Jesus the star of the show, and well, yeah, that got nuked because nobody wanted to see it anyway. Well, except a bit of regret. That's in quotations, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they also made Lando into a pansexual because, of course, this was around the time where they really started identity politics and all the the gender dysphoria and all that bullshit. Kathleen Kennedy was at the head of that.
Who sleeps with kitchenware anyway? That just doesn't make any sense.
Also,
timely reminder, by the way, that Solo didn't just not do well; it actively lost money.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was the first Star Wars franchise thing ever to be a net loss. Ever. That blew the nation while Kathleen Kennedy was blowing Harvey Weinstein in jail. Officially stepping down on January 15th and officially stepping down. Nah, nigga, this bitch was fired. And she willfully resigned because she had a threat to be fired. Let me put those points into perspective. They allowed her the grace to willfully step down because she had the threat of being fired right there. That was like, you could do that gracefully, or we can can your ass. Especially with all the deals that are going on with WB and Netflix and all that other kind of stuff. But that's neither here nor there in this article. And handing off her duties to current Lucasfilm Chief Creative Officer and showrunner Dave Fagaloni, who fucks dogs, and Studio Executive VP Linwin, allegedly, Brennan, who will respectively serve as president, co-president, president, and co-president. So,
Great. So we're gonna get a bunch of Ahsoka stuff, and
yeah, we need a queer and a woman to do the job of one half woman.
So it's like we gotta give two people the job of one person, because apparently what we're saying here is Dave Filoni doesn't have the administrative skills to actually run a company, but Lin-Manuel Brennan doesn't have the creative skills and put creative in at least 4 or 5 sets of quotes to just do the one job.
I think it's kind of funny. Like, basically what you're saying by this, okay, maybe not, but you know, we joke around. Basically what they're saying with this is Kathleen Kennedy was so good at fucking things up that it takes 2 other people who have failed resumes to fuck up as much as she used to fuck up.
Damn.
That's how big of a fuck up she
successfully.
That's sad.
Nobody likes Dave Filoni anymore. Everything has failed. Everything that he's put out since the Clone Wars, the animated series, has failed.
And I liked that.
They actually made Ahsoka a reasonable character. She had an actual good story arc, and then George Lucas got out of it. It went a little bit weird, but like overall, it was well received by audiences, and then they kept doing more. And George Lucas himself said Ahsoka should have died in Order 66. Oh, she's dead. And then he brought her back again, and she just folds her arms. And apparently she lives. Apparently that species, the Twi'lek species, lives for like 130 years now, I guess. But Kiedi Mundi's species doesn't live that long because they stuck that thing in the acolyte.
The power of
doesn't
many.
matter anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I'm about to get mad. Go ahead, Lips.
No, please, gosh, keep moving. I just there's so much to there's so much to rant about, but so little I haven't ranted about before.
Yeah.
Ditto, but sometimes people don't see those rantings, so might as well put it out. So if anybody sees some kind of random thing, they know that, hey, this wasn't a one-time thought. This is something we've been talking about for a long time, and I guess that's why Geeks and Gamers talk about the same damn thing for 3 days in a row. Is like, just in case there's a new subscriber, they'll be like, at least they're fucking consistent. Don't worry, I'm not mad.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to mute.
Oh, you're good. You're good. At one point, asked by her host as to what she ultimately felt had been the highs and lows of running a company built, the highs of the shaft and the lows of the shaft, whenever you're deep gargling that shit, of a company built on such beloved IP.
Once beloved IP.
Yeah, exactly. The highs include realizing how many people love Star Wars. Loved Star Wars. Now you have to add a D to that, you stupid little bitch. Because you ruined absolutely everything. Not even Skeleton Crew, which I thought would have been a good concept. A little kid's adventure. Star Wars Goonies, Tales in Space. Aimed specifically for kids. Like, that could have been a great thing. And then you fucked that up too. You fucked the Star Wars name. Don't worry, put swishy lightsabers. They're laser swords now. Mark Hamill didn't help at all.
Well,
Okay. Go ahead. Lex, were you trying to say something?
Nope, that wasn't me.
No, that was me
Yeah.
just making a sound. Like Star Wars and Stranger Things. Ugh. Except
Well, I
Star Wars had a glory days. Just doesn't.
Yeah, well, now Star Wars by 2 and Disney World has a glory hole. So
Yeah, I was gonna say that glory hole.
the majority of people, and certainly the people that I run into and people outside the business, they love Star Wars. Outside the business, boom, bang, boom. She told on herself right there. Outside the business, they love Star Wars. Inside the business, they just want to milk the teat dry. Like Luke on fucking Last Jedi, getting that little green milk. Oh, don't worry, they show the tits on screen. Fucking disgusting. They love the movies. They might love all the shows. They might love some of the shows. But when I came into this, I realized a few things. We had walked in at a moment when they hadn't been any movies for 10 years or more, but there was still a memory of the greatest series of movies in cinema history. And so you decided to bum rush it and fuck it. You went from J.J. Abrams,
Yes,
who
there
didn't even
was.
like doing Star Trek, and he ruined Star Trek whenever he did that kind of shit. And then you moved to the second one without a plan. By the way, whenever you bought it from George Lucas, he gave you a 3-movie treatment. You threw it in the trash while he was still in the room after he signed it over and he got his paycheck. You threw his treatment in the trash, said, no, we'll do things our own way. So we'll make the first one resemble New Hope. Second one, oh, different director. He does whatever the fuck he wants. He subverted everyone's expectations except anybody expecting that he was going to make a good fucking movie and stay true to the actual lore of Star Wars. And then the third one is like, well, we got to have J.J. Abrams. It's like the fucking Futurama episode where there's like, J.J. Abrams can fix anything. He can revive any franchise. There is one. There is a Futurama episode where it talks about that, and that's what they did. But he had nowhere to go because Rian Johnson fucked the entirety of it all up.
Yeah, I mean, I remember going to see. I have a Marine pilot friend of mine, and for years and years and years, our thing every year at Christmas time was we would go and watch a movie. We went and saw the Hobbit movies. We went and saw all the Star Wars movies. We made fun of both. I'll tell you, we made fun of the Star Wars movies a lot more. We went and saw the first one, and I remember feeling ambivalent about it. Second one, he and I openly were laughing at certain points while in the theater. I'm sure people were giving us glares, but I couldn't see them because we sit in good seats where everybody else is behind us. And so I don't care. But I mean, there were certain moments where it's like, oh my gosh, this has become a parody. And then the third one, whoa, we went with not high expectations though. We were like, oh, let's see what happens now. And then it just opens up somehow Palpatine return. And we're just like, oh, this is desperate. This is desperation and terrible.
They fly now?
Honestly, you want to know my thoughts on Star Wars, like Disney Star Wars? It's just play the scene of Poe going half-heartedly because the actor can't even pull it off. Somehow Palpatine returned. And I was like, yeah, you know what? That's just chef's kiss right there. That is Disney Star Wars. Somehow
Palpatine return. They fly now? It's like, you do realize the timeline does set in. We've had Jet Troopers and ARC Troopers for like fucking 100 years at this point.
It's Star Wars, my guy. They've been able to fly for 3,000 years.
Well, they're just talking about the Jet Troopers and the ARC Troopers. It's like, yes, they fly now. It's like, no, they just got kicked off the back of a fucking truck with a jetpack. It's like, yeah, they've had jetpacks. You do realize how old this war is at the point where Rey. Because, okay, so Anakin, Darth Vader, at the point of the old trilogy, the original trilogy, let's just say nigga's around 43 years old, 43, 45, because Luke's coming up. He's around 17 years old. So Anakin, double that, you're around 40 years old. Then after that, not only does Luke go off, well, they never mention Mara Jade and then their whole family, but Han and Leia go off and their whole family, and they have Ben, who is actually not Ben in the books in the extended expanded universe, but anywho, they go off and have their kid, and now that kid is grown. It's like, put the timelines together. They fly now? Like, yeah, they were flying back then. And Finn was also a fucking stormtrooper that worked on one of those Death Stars. He worked on one of the. Goodness gracious! I was a janitor. Okay, but you still would have known. You were a janitor that now knows like security codes and all this other kind of shit. It was like, you're just making it up as you go. That's what you do, and that's why the customers, the consumers, and the fans don't give a crap about you, because we can point out all the flaws, because this stuff has been going on since the fucking 70s.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You can't
talk about-
bullshit someone who's been paying attention for generations at this point. I knew about Star Wars from my father, who was there when it was coming out.
It's like it could be hard to tell, but like canonically, Darth Vader is 45 when he dies.
Yep.
It's hard to tell because he's kind of a little quispy, but the
Well, he didn't have the high
he's
ground.
45 when he dies. He only lives to be 45, which means that when the show like the sequel trilogy takes place literally 30 years later, there should be nothing new. There's like, they were flying back then. The sequel trilogy does. It takes place 30 years after the original trilogy, which itself took place 20 years after the prequel trilogy.
I mean, the Jango Fett, I think in the George Lucas, in the films, Jango Fett was the first one where you saw with a jetpack.
Yeah. And
Anakin's like 19 years old at that point.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Somewhere in there. But I mean,
he's young. He's still a Padawan, but he's about to go through the trials and then, council, not rank of master, and all that.
But I
shit.
mean, it's not like the Mandalorians haven't always been jetpack heavy as a concept. It's not like that's a new invention or anything like that. They have spaceships. There's interplanetary travel. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, they can fly. Yeah, dude.
What I really wish? So if J.J. Abrams wasn't such an absolute little bitch-made motherfucking nigga, I wish he would have said we had to put that in because we were left with nowhere to go. Don't worry, the paycheck cleared. That's not how I wanted to do it. But instead, he doubled down and, kept promoting the thing. It's like, dude, your check is cleared and you're not getting any more. And you know that. And you could talk all your shit. You could say what you actually want to say.
I wouldn't be surprised if several of them had NDAs back
But he
then.
got blackballed. He got blackballed anyway. No one wants to hire him anymore. It's like, you could have at least come out and said like your actual piece. Now, do I trust this? Do I trust this nigga in any way whatsoever? No. But he made a better movie than Rian Johnson did, and there's no saving it after Last Jedi. There's no saving it. You fucked up everything. You fucked up the hero of the entire Star Wars saga. You fucked it up.
Now that I'm trying to think back on it, I'm genuinely trying to remember moments from Last Jedi. I remember Luke being whiny. I don't remember any specific scene, but I just remember that Rey was good at anything she did. I can't remember.
She was great at taking a squat.
I remember the Asian chick totally destroying Poe's chance to have an actual heroic, meaningful death. The only heroic and meaningful death that there would have been in the entire trilogy, by the way. A lot of people died, make no mistake, but that was the only one that would have actually been a noble, heroic thing. All the rest of the deaths of any major character sucked. And then
R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. They had to try to write something in because shit that happened in real life. But yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, but that film also was the movie that had her do her little Superman's fly through space thing. That talk about a moment that we laughed out loud in theater loudly. That was one too, where the moment her eyes opened, she Superman flew through the air. Oh, we were cracking up. I'm sure there were people mad at us, but I don't know. I couldn't hear them if they were saying anything because we were laughing too loud. It was just so
I'm
ridiculous.
Mary fucking Poppins, y'all.
Yeah, it was. And
Yeah,
you know,
Hondo did it better.
they made one other comment about like no one gets rich like that rich unless it's off of war, and I'm like, okay, so that is a hilarious comment coming from Hollywood. And the last thing I remember from that movie that never got brought up again was the very, very, very closing scene where some rando kid used the Force to bring a broom handle to his hand, and it's just never made like that. Nothing ever comes of that ever again.
Oh, he was real. It's like, of course. He's still alive, Nick. If this shit happened 15 years ago, they destroyed planets. Like, there's a galactic war going on, and you think that Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Princess Leia Organa are a fucking myth? I was like, that was 13 or 14 years ago. Now it's
take away the
on
princess
into
title,
mythology. It's like, oh no, they won the war, and well, they supposedly won the war, except now Hollywood wants more money, and they had kids and a family, and they're still doing what they need to do because the resistance came back up again, because we need someone with Nazi propagations. Yeah, everyone does that.
If there's
Great.
a
I
new
throw my
republic, why
heart
is
out
there
to you, too.
resistance?
Pardon?
If there's a new republic, why is there a resistance? Shouldn't you just be part of the new republic? I don't think they ever mentioned, like, really addressed that in that trilogy. I don't think they did.
They didn't. No, they didn't.
The extent you get to see of the new republic is it getting blown up, which, I mean...
So did you forget on Canto Bight? Canto Bight was a war profiteering thing with the gambling and all that bullshit. That stupid ass side quest. Did you forget what Rose Tico said? I wish I had Jay's thing. Tico time. I would play that. Just blast everybody's ear about. But do you forget what she said?
I've probably suppressed it.
When they take basically a horse that was used for horse racing, but just a not supernatural, but like an exotic horse.
Alien.
And they go and they do all that kind of shit. And then what ends up actually happening whenever the other guy who comes out to be a thief, Benicio del Toro's character, saves them, and they have to leave the horse behind. And I think Finn actually says, they're just going to catch him again. She's like, well, it was worth it. I was like, so now you're putting other messaging into it about like save the animals, but the animals are about to get sequestered again. But don't worry, they did what you wanted them to do at that point in time. You had a little adrenaline rush, and because you did it with a man, now you're horny for him, so he can't actually have a character arc. And so when he tries to sacrifice himself, because he's like, okay, this is for the betterment of everybody else, because the last of the resistance, quote unquote, is in there and they're about to unleash hell, but I can just drive straight into it, blow their shit up. They got nothing. That gives the resistance time to escape until other people can come and help out.
I hear you. But what if instead of that, we have him get tackled by Asian chick so she can make some sappy line.
Who he has no interest in.
And then have Luke Force project himself so hard out there that he dies. What about that? Have you heard about that? I mean, I feel like you're leaving that out. That's like, what a great idea that is. Isn't that a great idea? You're telling me you're not sold on that? You're telling me that you think that's lame and dumb? Wow, that's it's wild. Oh, right. Because it is. Because Luke Skywalker is supposed to be basically the greatest Jedi that ever existed, even like to almost to like a higher point than even Anakin is. Doing stuff that nobody's ever done before. And there you go. It's just like one of those, we're going to wimpify his character, throw him in, have us ghost scene. Again, make Adam Driver's character look even more ridiculous, which is all that did. It's just one of those things. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I agree with everything you're saying. Miss Deborah, if you don't mind, give him a personal call. I know
For
you're reading private chat.
yes, that's why I was trying to get your attention. I will. I'll be
I
back.
looked down. I saw it. I just responded.
Okay.
If we need to cut the stream short, we will.
Okay. I'll be right back.
That's more important than us talking shit about Star Wars and venting.
side note, don't worry, Chad. Everything's fine.
Yeah, it is fine. Just for right now, I'm going to put him in the back room until we find out more things. I can't say anything private.
In the meantime, we can keep going.
Oh, hell yeah, brother. It's me and you kind of like, well, it's not even how we started, but
It got there at one point. Schmoving along.
yeah. Hold on. All right, let's talk about this one because this is going to be fun.
Oh, boy.
Don't worry, not that kind of fun. Nothing to stroke it over. Well, I guess we should. No, we'll do this first. Mike Flanagan's. Now, Mike Flanagan, if you don't know, what was the last thing that just recently came out that he put his name on?
Give me a second. I'll find out.
Shelby Oaks with Chris Tuckman.
Ah.
I already had the answer. Anyway, go ahead.
I guess that is his most recent thing.
Yep. That didn't do very well. Mike Flanagan's The Exorcist movie starring Scarlett Johansson back on schedule for 2027. I wonder why. Because Scarlett Johansson's not the Lost World. Was it Jurassic World Rebirth or Afterbirth, whatever it was called? Anyway, everyone hated it, yet it still made money because overseas money actually matters. It can be a dog
And
shit
it's not
movie.
worse. It's not worse than a lot of the other things.
It was pretty damn, bro. It was so damn bad. It was so bad.
I haven't seen a quote Jurassic Park quote movie in years. I think the last one I saw was Jurassic Park World when that came out, when they first tried to reboot it, and I was just like, wow, this is nothing but callbacks and nostalgia baiting. And if I want to just go indulge myself in nostalgia, I'll just go back and rewatch the original Jurassic Park.
The original three. I mean, even The Lost World gets a lot of shit. And like, no, I'm not comparing it to the books, but just the movies. Yes. Like 1993, 1997. And then whenever Jurassic Park 3 came out, I was like, yeah, they were a little bit campy. They're nothing like the books, but they're fun. Jurassic World, I was like, 6 out of 10, 6 out of 10 is what I would rate it. Then the ones that came after it, they just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I was like, oh, this is drivel.
Yeah, it's just not good. But The Exorcist, so the original from 73 is
William Blatty.
Is a classic. It is a classic. But the problem is the original was still genuinely faith affirming at the end of the day. And I don't think modern Hollywood can do something that's faith affirming. I don't think they can. I don't think they'll let themselves. I'm skeptical.
That's a good. I like that line of thought. No, I really like that.
Because modern Hollywood is really good at portraying faith as make believe, which to them it is. To them it is. They're not lying. They're being authentic. To them, it's just all make believe. But that is so shallow. Whereas once upon a time in this country, you could make a movie that was faith affirming in a way that wasn't making fun of it. Like you could just do that. Like you could just have good things. So I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about this upcoming movie yet. I know that the one that came out in 23 was not well received, and
Dog shit. And the Russell Crowe one that came out.
the
The last
Pope's
good
Exorcist.
it doesn't have the moniker of The Exorcist, but the last good exorcism movie that I can say, like, hey, you should probably watch that, is called The Rite with
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins. I
Yeah.
love that movie. I love
In fact, I've actually talked to the priest that movie is based off of before. He came and did a conference for my seminary at one point. But we can there's a whole side conversation to have about that.
No, let's have the conversation on air. I don't give a fuck about this story. Let's talk about that stuff. Go ahead, man.
Well, I mean, just to summarize it, he talked about as like having because they went and they actually consulted with him on the film itself. His official comment was like not even official. His private comment to us, his audience, which was a group of, to be fair, people training to be Catholic priests ourselves. So like that was the thing. It wasn't a public like conference. There are no recordings of it. In fact, my job at the time was to like do social media and recordings and different types of things for the seminary, and I was explicitly prohibited. It's like, you may not record this one. Do not put it out there. And so there are parts of it that I just won't talk about. But the comments I can make about it are things like when he talked about the movie, the Rite itself, he said, that's not exactly how it went down. But in my time as an exorcist, I've seen things just as weird. And there's nothing in that movie that is beyond the scope of belief. It's just they've put a lot of different things from a lot of different places all into one story, which isn't entirely accurate, but none of it in that sense would be beyond what he says he's seen before and done before. And I was like, okay. The advice that they always give us is don't ever try to get involved in any of that type of stuff. It's not worth it. The phrase that always comes up is the more you get interested in the demonic, the more the demonic gets interested in you. And I've taken that to heart and just kind of steered clear of most of it for the rest of my time. But it was a very interesting conference he gave us. The way it was set up was we were all in our auditorium and he was zooming to us from where his office is. But I mean, but in terms of a film, that film I thought was great. I mean, what does Anthony Hopkins do that isn't good? Any scene that he's in is going to be good because he's in it. But that whole kind of realm of types of entertainment, I don't know. I find it interesting that so many times in historically, like, Hollywood tries to portray like these really impactful stories of good versus evil. It has to involve faith. And once upon a time, the really good movies, faith wins and is not just mocked. And then in modern Hollywood, I don't think they can do it. I don't think they have the strength of character or the faith themselves to pull that off anymore. I don't think they would know belief if it bit them. So
I 100% agree with everything you just said.
Can I just say one thing?
Ma'am, go ahead.
Comment on something Lex said, because I so believe that's true, because I've known people that are just mesmerized by, demons or exorcisms or,
any type of occult.
Yeah, wanting to see it, wanting to witness it. And I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Because I believe that the more attention, more thought you give to that, gives the devil, Satan, demons, whatever you want to call it, more power. It's like, oh, look, we have an interested one here. You know? I mean, it may be more subtle. It's not like all of a sudden they're going to come into your body, you're going to be a raving lunatic. But, they can push you towards that type of lifestyle. And I mean, I just truly believe that.
Well, yeah, there are different levels. like people think of like the exorcism and they think, full blown possession, but there are stages that come before that.
Yeah.
And they have terms for them like oppression and just influence and whatnot. But I mean, the more, frankly, I think the best way to put it is the more permission that you give, the more advantage will be taken.
Yeah.
And
I think so scary. That's so scary to me. I don't know. I mean,
it's intense. My comment would be, I don't find it scary because the solution is simple. You keep your eyes on what really matters, which means you keep your eyes on the Lord.
Well,
but there are many who are putting themselves at risk by not doing that. And I know that's way, way more in depth than just talking about a movie, but
we're about to go heavier, bro. So
since we specifically brought up that specific film, having encountered the person that film is based off of, I just kind of wanted to mention that because I was like, hey,
that's so interesting that you got to hear that person talk.
I will admit, though, as a total side note, something that I find very discomforting is when certain individuals, especially if they are like exorcists or whatnot, become celebrity figures and become like popular online figures. I'm like, that's a bad thing. That is a very bad thing. I don't like it at all. One, being an exorcist doesn't make you a good theologian, and two, we don't want to sensationalize that type of thing. It's real. I mean, the whole process, I don't know if anybody watching wants to know the process of like how actual exorcisms work within the Catholic Church, since we're talking about exorcist movies here. But the step one is always they actually do medical investigations, and they bring in teams of psychologists and whatnot. Like they want to evaluate everything first and be like, okay, someone's like, I think I'm possessed. It's like, all right,
making sure it's not an aneurysm or a psychotic break. They do all that kind of stuff first.
100%. The way the actual process works is they have you medically evaluated, psychologically evaluated long before they even start considering any of that stuff. Because the reality is, most of the time, it's just the mental health is bad in a lot of places, and so they want to like take care of that type of stuff first. It's exorcism is seen as like the last resort. It's like, well, we've ruled out just about everything else, and there's stuff that just doesn't add up. So fine. A lot of these movies make it seem like you can just call a priest and have someone come over and do an exorcism really easy. It's like, no, you call them. What's going to happen is they're going to have you like checked up first. So it's like, no, he's not possessed. He's just bipolar, or he's schizophrenic, or something like that. Once upon a time,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was to say, once upon a time, people. Throughout history, I would bet there have been so many cases where people who were just schizophrenic got ruled as being possessed, and then it's like, well, why isn't the exorcism working? It's because they're not possessed; they're just schizophrenic.
Because in some ways they resemble the same behavior. In some ways,
in some ways, for sure. But I mean,
there's been so. I don't go actively looking for it anymore, but I am a medium, so it comes to me. This is going to sound really crazy. Miss Multi has seen it. Other people have seen it. It's documented. I have actually like more documentation that's on my phone right now. I can communicate with the other side. I go through a process. Everything starts with prayer to God, the Almighty, the one creator. And then they talk to me whether I want them to or not. So it's like, might as well get it out. That way I can ask God to help me get them out. Yeah, does that make sense? Am I making sense? Whenever it comes to this stuff, because this shit is real. I want everybody who ever watches this show, this shit is real. It's been heavily documented, and I could show you stuff, security cam footage. This stuff is real. Yes,
Are
it
you
is scary.
talking like
It's scary.
paranormal activity? What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yes, paranormal stuff, talking with spirits, them showing me things. I go and look them up. I was like, why the heck would you tell me this? Okay, let me look this up. Oh, this is
Oh, I
actually
don't
an
know.
archive from 15 years ago, and everything they told me, including their name, is true. It's like sometimes I know things before they happen. It's just something, and I don't go looking for it. That's basically where I'm trying to preface this all is I don't go looking for it, but it happens anyway. So if I do go looking for it, I have a process that always starts and ends with prayer to God, the one true God. Not even the one true God, just the one God, period. And so
I
I
don't
guess
even know what to say.
like I want to talk about this more, but Lex went off on a big thing, and then we were thinking about
Yeah.
movies, and then I was just like, this. I have no problem saying that in public because it does happen, and people try to use the occult to put curses on people, and sometimes it does work because that shit is real. But what they don't realize is that when they delve with, when you dabble with the devil, you end up getting fucked in the end. You get your just recompense.
I'll be back.
But I wanted to ask Lex, since he brought up the thing, and we're talking about like Hollywood and everything like that. Do you think that's that's Hollywood's only is that their only version of Christianity? Is either the megachurch pastor or Catholicism? Because every time we see an exorcism, it's it always has to do with Catholicism, even though those spirits are everywhere and can be they can
I
be
think it,
oppressed and or possessed. I have been
it's
possessed.
easier to portray because it's so identifiable. It's so like formalized and ritualized in ways that a lot of others aren't. It's I think also you kind of run into the same thing that you have with this thing where anytime you have like an anime or anything that comes from Japan, it's like if they're going to portray Christianity, it's going to borrow heavily from all the Catholic imagery. And that's probably, honestly, if you really want to boil it down, it's probably that. It's that Catholic imagery is so striking that it's like it makes it more dramatic by default because it is so ritualized, and we have our like, to the outsider, we've got our costumes, we've got our smoke and bells and candles and all these things that make things theatric. So I think it's just easy.
Miss Deborah, I muted you because the dog was going crazy.
I'm so sorry. I know they're going outside. I'm sorry.
Well, I agree with you on that, Lex.
Oh
But
my God, they still are. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute it.
okay. I agree with you on that, and I guess using using the Latin phrases, I guess that is more theatrical than just speaking and using King James Version or New NIV translation or Living Translation. It sounds more authentic. Maybe that's the right word for it. So it translates well to film.
It brings
I was just wondering.
theatric flair. It brings the theatric flair by default, and that it's more easy to sensationalize that than say just someone saying some very simple prayers over somebody in a room without the candles and bells and smells and smoke and all that stuff. It's by comparison not as exciting. And especially if you're trying to make a horror movie, the more extravagant you can make it, the more intense you can make it. In that way, it's easier, and I think that's appealing to Hollywood, and also especially in like the United States, where at least historically Catholicism has been around, but it's not like what most people were, there is this sense of, there's also an inherent sense of mystery and mysticism that comes with Catholicism, and that can be very appealing if you're trying to make something where it's like, oh, this is something other. It almost brings like a foreign or exotic appeal because it's not what the majority of your audience has ever personally experienced. So they don't know if it's a real depiction of the thing or not, and most of the time it's not. But that's not the point. It's ooh, this is different, and it's like strange, esoteric in a way, and that there's an appeal to that for entertainment values.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I ask something? I'm sorry, Mom.
No, go ahead, Miss Deborah. Go ahead.
Okay, so Lex, I know the movies. I mean, because thank you, God, I've never had an experience with it myself.
I hope nobody does. Most of them are good. There have been a couple of bad ones.
I'm still back on the exorcism now, but then I'm going to move on. You know how when people think, oh, so and so's possessed, we've got to get, an exorcist here and da da da, and they normally will just go to their priest and all like. But even if a true exorcism is deemed needed, it's not just any priest, right? They're trained, right? Especially
Yeah.
For Catholics, no, they have to be. Sorry, go ahead, Lex.
Technically speaking, every diocese, if you want to think, basically, the way this is structured, for those of you who are not familiar with the structure of the Catholic Church, basically, you could think of the whole world as like being one country as far as the Catholic Church is concerned, and then every region of the world is divided up into like small, many states. And every one of those small states, usually it's based around a single city, has a bishop, and the bishop's in charge of that region. Every single one of those dioceses, so like the Diocese of Dallas, the Diocese of Fort Worth, the Archdiocese of New Orleans, whatever. Every diocese has, or at least is supposed to have, a priest who is designated as that diocesan exorcist. That is almost never public information who it is. Typically, even priests in the diocese don't know who the actual exorcist is, because it's not something it is intentionally kept not mainstream news, because they don't want just everybody calling up that one guy and being like, oh, we got an exorcism, oh, we got an exorcism. They want it to be something like, all right, you go up a level, and then they will dispatch out and they'll figure it out after the medical investigations, after the psychological evaluations, all that kind of stuff. But no, it's not just like your average. You walk into a random Catholic church, you're not talking to an exorcist. You're probably not talking to somebody who's ever even been trained on any level about anything to do with that, because that's not normal formation.
But you could be, couldn't you? Couldn't a normal priest be one?
They don't. It's not something that you volunteer to be. It's something that you get picked to be by your bishop.
Really?
Yeah. In the church,
Catholics are weird. So
your normal parish priest. Your normal parish priest, he doesn't pick where he's a priest. He may have picked the diocese, but he gets sent. He's assigned to one place, then he's assigned to another place. Then he gets assigned to this job. Now it's like, cool. The bishop can say, all right, now I'm going to send you. You're going to go be a teacher at this seminary, and the expectation is that you just say yes to all of these tasks. It's not like you don't apply; you just get sent.
that movie that he was talking about, The Rite, that's how that young priest.
Wow. I never knew all that.
I highly recommend that movie. I believe it was 2009 when it came out. I highly recommend that movie. Everything
really good.
Saying, and all the research. I have done a ton of research. And by the way, everybody knows I'm not Catholic. I ask Lex all the time about Catholicism, because I'm just like, I'm a Protestant, but we're on the same page. For the most part, we're on the same page.
At least the same
Jesus
team.
Christ is Lord. God is Lord. The Trinity is 3 in 1. We're on the same page. We don't need to fight. But there are other structures within religions.
It's just something that Mary.
That's why I asked Lex about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is the Catholic perspective on this?
Yeah. That's
so. Let me give you my perspective.
Sorry,
go ahead.
And then also, Monty, I learned that's new tonight about you. I
What?
didn't know that you're a medium. And,
I didn't choose it. I didn't ask for it.
well,
It happened. It happened so many times that I was like, "What in the world is this?" And then I found out. Like I said, always starting with prayer. I found out it's like, oh no, they come and they'll tell me stuff if I just open myself as a vessel under God. I know
but
that sounds
who
weird.
are
I know it
they?
sounds weird. Yeah, but I've gotten so much information that I didn't want, but some spirit is there and they want to tell me that information.
But they're good spirits?
Most of the time, yes. There
Do
have
you
been a
know
couple.
them? Do you know who they were?
Yes, I'm not going to put that information on stream.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, there have been a couple. Most of the time, it's children who have died from something stupid, or like a shooter, or like a house fire, or something like that. Most of the time, it's children, and they give me their names, and then I have to look it up, and it's like 20 years old, like in microfilm at the libraries, and I'm just like, oh, this happened to this exact address. This is your exact names. That's what that thing told me.
That's what
Well, you stay here. God's going to take care of you. Don't follow me around. Don't follow my girl around. Nothing like that.
Are your friend Deborah?
Oh, no, they won't latch on to you.
Okay.
Some of them try to. Parajanitor, what's up, brother? I just saw you in the chat. You're 23 out
I'm
of
just
30.
having a shot of tequila.
Is that
for you.
inches?
I don't know what to do.
Pardon? All right, go ahead.
Shot of tequila because I don't know what else to do. I don't know.
Oh, no. I'm just saying I didn't ask for this stuff to happen. It just happens. And then I'm just like, just out of curiosity, let me do some delving. It's like, oh, crap. All that was real. Things are weird. There is a spiritual realm that a lot of us don't see. And somehow I can easily get into contact with them, and they can easily get into contact with me as long as I'm not strong, or as long as I stay strong in my faith, which I am.
So freaked out. So freaked out.
I know. It's more real than a lot of people think. Let me highlight a couple things. Parajanitor, I've never fought a demon, but I fought several chupacabras.
Wait, what does that word mean? I know that
hand to hand. They're basically rabid beavers from the West Coast.
Oh, is it? It's not those little things in the forest, those little monsters.
No, chupacabras don't actually exist.
I thought they were make-believe little monsters in the forest.
It's an urban legend. It's like Sasquatch.
Oh, he's real. Okay. Go ahead.
No, Parajanitor is real, yes.
Oh, maybe that's is that what I'm thinking of?
Parajanitor.
No,
what are you thinking about?
Fuck. So you got
you're thinking of Bigfoot, Miss Deborah.
I guess maybe. You have me so freaked out. I don't even know.
Sasquatch is the species of what Bigfoot, the named thing, is.
Yeah, that's not real.
Goodness gracious. You crazy woman.
There's weirder stuff up in the Appalachian Mountains, and they're people.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the snake charming ones. Anyway, let's go back to this. All right. That was a great. I am so happy for that discussion that we just did.
Now, the movie that Scarlett Johansson's doing, is it a remake of this one?
That's what we're gonna find out, because, like I said, on the live streams, I only look at the headlines. I was like, that could be fun to talk about. Universal said Friday that this film, The Exorcist, billed as a radical redo of the horror movie classic, being written and directed and produced by Mike Flanagan, which is not a great sign. Starring Scarlett Johansson, hopefully her tits will be out in this one. Will be released on March 12th of next year.
Okay, well, she can't be the mother. She's too old to be the possessed little girl, unless.
Well, it says a radical redo. So So here's what I'm thinking: Evil Dead Rise, because there is another Evil Dead movie coming out. I don't know if we talked about it on stream last week or if I did a video on it. But it's probably going to be something like that. The studio had originally set it for March 13th of this year for the new take on the franchise, but had updated this past June, we're told, which means rewrites and studio interference. Hopefully, they get somebody actually good to be involved. The pick from Blumhouse, Atomic Monster, and Morgan Creek. So, those are good things. A lot of the times, those are low budget, make good money, and they're at least popcorn flicks. Still take a prime spring break spot in the 2027 release date calendar that Universal had previously pegged for an event film. Try not to make a joke. The only other movie on that date is Sony's animated Bud. No one gives a fuck about that, but it's probably something like Air Bud and all his kids, because that dog is long since dead. Blumhouse confirmed that Flanagan was going all in on The Exorcist back in May 2024 after his outsized success with series like The Fall of the House of Usher, Midnight Mass, and The Haunting of Hill House. But funnily enough, at the beginning of this year, he did not have the success with Shelby Oaks. Films like Dr. Sleep. Dr. Sleep was not a success. That was actually a
liked it.
Pardon?
I liked it, but no, it wasn't.
Well, okay, so financially, it was not a success.
Yeah. Okay. But
that's a part of the Dark Tower series where you have the Shining, you have Dr. Sleep. So that's Danny as an adult.
It wasn't as good as The Shining, but it was fairly good. I never liked the sequels or the second parts as well.
No,
Wow.
not good. Let's just see. Flanagan's version has been billed as an all-new story and not connected to the world of the franchise of the latest Exorcist pick. Well, that's good, because just keep it to what the fucking book says, you stupid bitch. And then they go on to say other things. So they're making a Blumhouse movie because they have the rights to The Exorcist. That's what I'm reading out of this. I know I didn't read the entire article, but that's what I'm seeing out of this.
Huh.
Yeah. Simply put, from what I've read about it, he says it's going to be something that is new and respects the legacy of its predecessor, but it's not supposed to be just like full of like nostalgic references. So I don't know. We'll see.
But
We'll see.
a complete redo, which kind of makes me think, when you say a complete redo, it makes me think that you're not going to be faithful to the source material. However, Fede Alvarez's Evil Dead from 2014 was a faithful and, obviously gave a lot of homage to Sam Raimi's 1981 film.
Why are you smoking in the house?
I'm in an apartment. I told you this on the phone privately before we went on stream. We're moving
I'm sorry.
places.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Just checking.
Yeah. No.
Like, what am I going to do about it? Just checking.
No, I understand. All questions get answered. Parajana says he's my friend from West Virginia, and he's talking about the Chupacabra.
No, he's talking about Mothman.
Wait, Mothman?
Yep.
Goat suckers killed my best friend. Oh, that is Mothman. Yep.
Hey, did you see my private chat, Monty?
I responded. Yes, I did.
Okay.
That's when I let you back in.
Oh.
Yes, I did. Don't worry, we'll talk about that after stream.
Okay.
I just don't want to air out laundry.
No.
That's a private conversation.
I cannot wait to meet Lex and have a conversation with him about all this Catholic stuff.
You'd be surprised. It's what I spend most of my time doing.
I might want to be a Catholic.
Hey,
you gotta go to classes and stuff, don't you?
it depends.
So
That's a
the
conversation
Mothman
for another time.
The Mothman was inbred. Look, Parajanitors just said it. Mothman was my cousin's best man at my uncle's wedding, West Virginia.
Who
Yeah.
is this guy? It's killing
There's a
me.
lot baked into that one sentence there.
Hell yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Did this all
Mothman,
happen in Arkansas or something? I don't-
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia.
Okay. So the Mothman is actually Mountain Mama. Now take me home, country roads.
Road.
I knew that. I knew that's where that joke was going. It could only go there.
Whew.
Okay,
I don't
goodness
know.
gracious.
I hope you show up every Sunday night because that's funny.
No, Parajanitor, he's a great friend and a great guy.
I don't remember seeing him before. Has he been here before?
Oh, yes, he has. He's also a heavy presence on Twitter. Let's get the rest of the people who are on the thumbnail out of the way so we don't clickbait folks. George R. Martin's fat bitch ass hot dog sucking without chewing on anything motherfucking ass.
Oh yeah, Gary's doing like a live stream in 20 minutes about the Seven Kingdom stuff.
Let's get it out. Well, let's get it out because that's what he liked to do on Game of Thrones was to get guys to get their dicks out for absolutely
Get
no
it
reason.
out. That's what she said.
Get it out. That's what
Wiener,
Miss Deborah says
wiener.
to every single like Colombian person that comes across her way. George R. Martin handed Seven Kingdom showrunner 12 unpublished Dunk and Egg stories, yet this bitch still will not finish Winds of Winter.
Not gonna.
It's been over 5,000 days.
It's not gonna
I
happen.
thought that was the next one.
That was supposed to be, yeah, he hasn't finished Game of Thrones. He hasn't finished A Song of Ice and Fire. There's still two books.
I'll say there's at least one book after that too. So
There's Winds of Winter, and then there's one after that well, supposedly that's supposed to finish up the actual series, other than what Dumb and Dumber, David Benioff and David B. Weiss were trying to do with the series. And when they did that with all the money in the world from HBO, they completely fucked it over. It was the world's greatest phenomenon as far as TV shows go. They couldn't stick the landing. Yeah, they fucked
I'm
it
the
up.
only
Everyone
one that
hates it.
liked
No
that
one
ending.
wants to rewatch it. Nothing
yes,
like that.
yes, you are. Yes,
I am
you
the
are.
only
And
one in the world.
I'm not
that
gonna make
liked that
fun of you for
ending.
liking it. I'm just gonna point out that no one else did.
I loved it. I liked it because that was a crazy bitch. I didn't like her from the get-go. And when she went apeshit crazy and then got all killed, I just loved it. Loved it.
I wish she would have gone crazy. I can't say that.
She
I'm in
did
a
go
relationship.
crazy. Okay.
Hypothetically, no, I shouldn't even say that. Anyway, Ira.
You say everything. Stop it. Okay.
I know, but I'm in a relationship, and there's some things that
What does that have to do with Game of Thrones?
even though it's a joke to me, and it's a mythical character, still shouldn't make those jokes.
I love being single. Okay.
Well, I hope you do, because you're going to stay that way the rest of your life.
I hope so. God.
Well, I mean, you save a lot of money doing that. And None of the Seven Kingdoms is a different kind of Game of Thrones show, and Ira Parker is a different kind of Thrones verse showrunner.
I can't even stand you, but okay. What?
I love you, Miss Deb.
No, you don't.
As you've probably heard, if you had your earplugs in, because it's been so long since we've actually gotten any news. A lot of people have gone deaf and/or have died of natural causes. The new HBO drama series tells the story of a penniless, wandering hedge knight, Sir Duncan the Tall, and his 10-year-old squire with a secret, nicknamed Egg. The secret is that he's Valerian. Parker's credits. Okay, so what the fuck does this have to do with anything? The resulting show is a real charmer and a slow burn.
What?
Okay, so Ryan and Gary are way better equipped to talk about this because they've actually read it. And it's kind of like House of the Dragon. It's like the whole story is like 20 pages. However, but that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, is that the whole story is about 20 pages in the books and the addendums, almost like the appendices of Lord of the Rings and stuff, and in extra tales that Tolkien has put out. However, he says he has 12 unpublished stories, but he can't put out Song of Ice and Fire, Winds of Winter.
What is unpublished dunk and egg stories mean?
So those are the names of the characters in Night of the
Oh,
Seven Kingdoms. Those are the main characters' names. And
obviously, I have not read the books, right? Okay.
yeah, we're about to be hopefully treated to that. However, I don't want to watch it just because George R. R. Martin pisses me the fuck off. Finish your damn story that got everyone interested in the first place.
Or
You can't even finish that, but you want to write Elden Ring? Oh, you want to do all these other TV shows? Just sitting fat and happy and not doing the thing that got you your fame in the first place. That's disingenuous to me. I have absolutely no respect for you. You keep making excuses. You blamed it on COVID at some point. I can't write because of COVID. And I was like, this is the best time to write because everyone's locked away and your happy ass is living in Hollywood. Oh, guess what? You fucking gained 40 fucking pounds. Nope.
When I got COVID, I lost 40 pounds in a month.
Oh, I did because of
really
cocaine,
bad, actually.
but I also had a job during COVID. I got a job. I was like, oh, you're going to shut down all the restaurants. I'm going to work at one of the quote unquote essential businesses. One was the local neighborhood liquor store, and there was a cooler there. And that's when I got addicted. And that's why I have to have my fucking handkerchief on me all the time. It's because I fucked up my nasal passage. I was working 15 hours a day, 6 days a week. And it was fun.
I was locked in a monastery. And wasn't allowed to leave.
Well, anyway, I lost a fuck ton of weight during COVID.
I loved COVID time. Being at home, having shit delivered. Loved it.
I think there might be a few
I
people
didn't
who didn't
need
share
an
that experience.
exorcism or nothing. I was good. Now I know who to call, just in case.
Yeah, go ahead with this. I just need to read this out. I'm working on a script for West Virginia Game of Thrones. Whoever controls the coleslaw controls the flea market.
Oh my God, that guy's
Read the next one, too.
hilarious.
Lex, do you not have authority to do that? I write every day because I graduated from quality leering. Leering, not learning. Leering. And he also misspelled that.
God.
Because leering is two E's. If that means if you're scoping down a bitch, or when West Virginia, probably scoping down your sister.
Oh no, leering is a reference to stuff going on in Minneapolis with the learning centers and daycare centers where they misspelled learning on the building itself.
Yeah,
it's great.
Fucking Somalians. Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, Minnesota's a hot mess.
See, somehow everything gets racist, but it's actually in real life. Yeah. All right, going back to George R. R. Martin's fat ass. So yeah, he blamed a whole lot of shit on COVID. He blamed shit on stuff with not the Saudis, but Pakistan versus Israel. Well, I just don't think he became a little fucking pussy boy.
Not a pussy boy. Pussy boy.
I can't do it because things overseas. Oh, you mean half the fucking world away that has absolutely nothing to do with America while you're living on your fat, happy throne in America? Your Game of Thrones right there is all of the money that people have given you because they love this content. They want more of it. And you're just shooting wet farts.
Okay, what's the next Game of Thrones show that's supposed to come out?
Tonight.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That's what we just talked about.
I know we just talked about, but okay, so is my Jon Snow in it or no?
No.
Okay, I'm not interested.
This is
totally
before
different
his time.
cons.
Yeah, he wasn't even born in the.
I'll say I don't like that shit. I don't like it when they go.
This is the story of a hedge knight. So
No. If the little midget guy, he wouldn't be in it either, would he?
no, this is
No,
way before
Tyrion
he-
would not be in it. No.
Okay,
None of them were born at this
I gotta
time.
wait for them.
Not even Tywin Lannister is born at this point.
Okay, no.
This is the story of a hedge knight And for those of you who do not know what a hedge knight is, the concept is any knight can make another person a knight. Easy to do. And oftentimes knights are considered to be part of like this elevated class, but just being a knight doesn't give you an income or money or anything. And so the hedge knights are these characters who so famously, like you could find them sleeping in a hedge because it's like they have the title, but they don't have, that doesn't mean they can't necessarily afford to run a manor or a land or anything, or even
It's
afford
just a
their own armor.
title.
It's very expensive. And in Game of Thrones, it's even mentioned a couple times that like narrative wise, I've never watched the show, but narrative wise, it's mentioned that like to buy the stuff that you need to be a knight costs more than most people would make in a year. So a lot more, exponentially more. And so the hedge knights ended up being this class of, and historically, it's not unique to Game of Thrones, the concept of a hedge knight, but historically as well, the concept of the hedge knight basically becomes, better or worse, a traveling mercenary that would just do odd jobs and whatnot, that has a title that puts them above a peasant class and status, but doesn't make them actually part of the nobility. There you go. That's what a hedge knight is.
Okay.
I'm an edge knight because I like to get her to a certain point, but then I don't pull the full trump and say, I'm going to come. Jerry, what's up, brother? Multi equals a horrible kid rocking person. Hail the Clippy. Bro, that interaction that we had on Twitter, I was like, oh my gosh, he might. There's only one of two ways that he can take this, like as a complete joke. And I hope you did. But I was like, I might have gone over the edge with that one. But I was giggling my ass off, so I had to hit send. I hope you're doing well, brother.
It's okay, Jerry. He's mean to me too.
I am mean to myself. That's how I edge. Just keep beating it.
Just beat it.
With the rings on. Like, yeah, just beat it. You edge.
I'm not. No. I'm
You
not.
helicopter.
No, we're not helicoptering.
No, absolutely not. That's only for one person. That
Well,
woman.
you brought it up, not me.
Yeah.
No, really. Tell me less.
That's
Tell me more.
yeah, that's only for one person.
Okay. We don't need to know any of that.
Took as a joke. Wait till you're 52. Nigga, you think I'm gonna live to 52?
Oh, for the love. Of course you are.
We have to have kids
I
give
did.
me a reason to live to 52.
I
Don't
did.
worry. Not for lack of trying, but my little girl is 15. She about to be leaving that bird's nest. I don't have to care anymore. No, we're trying to have one as an actual legitimate family.
Just because she leaves the bird nest does not mean you don't care.
It's a joke. Miss Deborah, these are all jokes.
I need you to smile when you say that about a child.
Okay.
It's
Well,
okay,
hold on. I don't want to
just
talk about.
looks
I don't
weird.
want to talk about children and smile. That seems a little bit wrong in its own.
Oh, you're so weird. He needs so much help, Lex. So much.
Look,
He
there's
needs an
only
exorcism.
so much I can do. That's not possession. That's just him.
Yeah.
He's just like that.
Pro wrestling podcast last night. Oh hell yeah, dude! I did see something from you, but it's something y'all quote unquote stream it on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. I was in there for a second. I just didn't say anything. Is that what you're talking about? Don't know. Anyway, are we done with this conversation?
I am so done with this conversation.
I think it's done with us.
I don't know. I'm going a little bit ADHD because we're hitting that point where we need to get one last topic in. We're going to do, yeah. So
One
this
last.
other topic, we're not going to reach.
Okay. We're not? Okay.
Nope. I've already deleted it.
Wow.
We have to talk about Matt Damon.
Oh my God! Don't tell what I told you on the phone about. Matt Damon.
No, our
So
phone
embarrassing.
are private. Don't worry about it.
You shouldn't have even brought it up.
I know it's so embarrassing, Lex. You would die laughing.
It was funny. I was laughing. At least from the title, this seems like Matt Damon's base as hell, at least when it comes to business propositions. Matt Damon says Netflix wants movies to restate the plot 3 or 4 times in the dialogue because viewers are on their phones while they're watching. Could not agree more.
Actually, no, that is real.
That's real as fuck.
That's truth.
But that does go down to the writing, and it's TikTok generation, I think, is what he's really trying to say.
I don't know. My parents are on their phones while they watch shows too, so I don't think it's. I think it's cross generational at this point. It's infected everything. But I say that, and then I'll pull up a stream. I've got 3 screens on my desk, and I'll have 3 different streams going on all at the same time, or I'll have 2 going, and I'll be on Twitter at the same time. So I mean, I'm no better.
I know. Why do we do that? I don't know why we do that.
I like listening to 3 different conversations at the same time because I'm a chronic eavesdropper. But
yeah. So I
Keith
go
and
ahead.
Tom,
You
what?
first, Lex.
You're a what?
Lex, finish your thought first.
that was my thought. I finished it.
Okay. Oh, you finished? Yes. So you're not edging, you're hedging. Anyway, I think the reason why we do that is because we don't take time for family anymore. We don't take time for ourselves. We don't take time to just sit down, pay attention to one person. Like, golly, I'm about to call out some people, but I'm not going to name their names. I'm only a mod for like 3 channels, but I only do one at a time because if I'm in the chat, I want to be involved in the chat. But I agree that I'm old school. If I'm paying attention to one thing, I'm paying attention to that thing because I feel like it's more personal. If you're giving your attention to that person, those people are giving their attention back to you. So like I don't do 3 at once. I don't do 2 or 3. I have thought and I have wrestled with the idea of getting multiple screens. And I was like, I don't think that would help me because I like to be involved with the chat, involved with the people that I'm talking to. Like, I have earplugs so she can hear if she wants to come make an appearance. Other than that, I'm just here. We're all here together. Yes, I can read this, but this is all on the same screen. That's how I feel about it. I like to keep things more personal. I guess maybe that was a more succinct and better way of saying it. I like to keep personal things personal. But a lot of people don't because they've been trained or they have trained themselves to not do things that way. They got too much shit going on. I was like, well, attack one problem at one time, finish one task before you go on to the next task.
Yeah.
Maybe that's male brain. What's up,
I
Sergeant?
don't know. I had 3 more screens in front of me, and then I'd just be standing in front of a wall of them, looking at all a bunch of different things at once. But then again, I do all this standing the whole time. So.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you do that.
You have the Melanie Mac desk?
No, my desk is actually fairly down there. I need to get something to raise up my keyboard specifically because I have to crouch over every time I type. But if I sit down, I'll get tired.
Oh, okay.
And I'm also too antsy to sit down. Like, one of the things I like about being a school teacher is the fact that I am on my feet the whole day, and my students will laugh at me because I basically never sit down. I'm always pacing back and forth around the room and like pointing at the board and doing things like that. So I was just like, I'm constantly moving. I expressed my condolences to them, really, that they have to like. I pause my class 20 minutes every time. Like, all right, get up, move around, sit back down, because I'm on my feet the whole time. It's easy for me to get that. I have a bunch of adolescents who have to sit at a desk for 45 minutes at a time. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not fair. I can't do that now, and I'm certainly not going to expect you to do that. So, anyway,
Yeah.
What do you think, Miss Deborah, about multiple screens and multiple things going on
You
all at
know
once?
what? I only do one at a time as well. I will say this. I think I'm a mod for 7 people now. I take who comes on first, and then when they're done, I'll go to the next one. Unless it's X-Wing. X-Wing always is top billing in my mind.
Sir Wing.
Sir Wing, he was the first, and he made me a mod just out of the blue, out of nowhere, and I freaked the fuck out. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, oh my God. That was like 2 years ago. But yeah, I can't work 2 or 3 of them at a time. I can't. I don't feel like I'm doing justice to them or to the chat or to anybody. So yeah, I'm usually in one for the long haul.
I agree with you. Can't do him justice is one of the best ways that you said it, not me.
I grew up at a time where texting became really, really like popular when I was an adolescent, and man, let me tell you, I think the first month I had a phone, my dad roasted me because he was like,
Margaret remembers.
you sent 30,000 text messages the first month you had a phone. And I was like, and across like just being able to keep straight in my head dozens of conversations at any one time. I don't know. That was just something that came naturally to me. So I guess that's kind of why I can do that. Where it's like I can just keep track of like, all right, this person. Let's see everything goes moving. I think I've lost some of that skill as I've gotten older. But once upon a time, it was just like I could do that all day. Have like 7 different conversations that are all going at the same time.
Right. Yeah. But sometimes, in text, Lex, you lose some of the meaning.
Oh yeah,
because you're not hearing the voice. You're not getting that. Just happened to you and I recently, Malty. Remember? Yep. I was trying to tell you something, and he's telling me, "I think you're just overreacting," and I'm like, "Okay, okay." But it's like you lose some of the emotion,
tone.
Yeah, well, the context,
the tone,
context.
So usually I want to talk to somebody if it's something that could at the least be misconstrued. I want to talk to them, but I didn't at that time. And I'm like, what the fuck does this Malty think? What does he mean? I'm overreacting. Who is this bitch? But no. But we talked like the very next day, and then, it's all fine. But anyway. But Margaret just said she remembered that time that X-Wing made me a mod just out of the blue. I mean, out of the blue. And I'm like, whoa, I don't know what to do. Thank God Jen and Sylvie were in there. Jen helped me because I didn't even know what are mods supposed to do. I don't know.
It's like so the first person, well, maybe not the first, but American Ninja. He's a very great friend. He's also a mod for Beardo. Yeah. I've been following him for a long time, well over 2 years at this point. And around the 1 year mark, I don't know, American Ninja, if you see this, don't worry, I'll be seeing you soon. I came up, I just showed up in chat, and I saw Blue Wrench or Blue Sword on Kick. It's Blue Sword. But I was like, you made me a mod for what? What do you expect out of me? I feel like I have obligations now. It's like, geez, if you see spammers, kick them out. But other than that, no, it's just a showing of goodwill. Like, we love having you here. Like, dude, you're a good dude. It's like, okay, thank you.
I
But
know it's
but
weird,
if
right?
there's obligations, like, I'm a very busy person. I keep myself busy all the time. But when I come hang out on your stream, I'm watching your stream and I'm interacting with the chat the entire time. It's like that's why I did it.
Yeah.
It's like don't ask for more. And when I say that, don't ask for more, it's like don't ask anymore. It's like I did it because I know you're just gonna chill with everybody, and like we know you, everybody knows you.
Yeah.
You're my friend, so
I've never
yeah,
asked
just
to be one.
yourself.
That's kind of weird, I think. I've never asked. I know Beardo told me once in his chat, he goes, Deborah Perkins, he always says Deborah Perkins. I've never made you a mod, and I probably won't. And you know why? It's because I love you just in the chat, just playing with the chat, having fun. I don't want to put any more stress on you. I just love what you do in the chat. And, for some reason, I took that as a compliment.
It is.
Not as a denied, because no. I took that as something nice instead of, I don't want you to be my mod, but I didn't ask to be, but I don't know why he said that. It was weird. I don't know if Margaret remembers that one or not, but.
Well, she said panic mode, and I have no idea what that means. I have no context for that.
That probably means the time X-Wing made me the mod.
The sense of, what do I do?
Yes, it was, oh my God, I was so scared. Because there was like 200 people in the chat, and he has like, I don't know, is it 32 or 34,000 subscribers? I don't know. He has a lot because he started a long time ago. He was one of those Star Wars nerds way back when.
Yes, affiliated with Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah.
And it's been a long year.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know.
These are all jokes.
Okay, can I tell you guys the only thing I don't like about Matt Damon, because I really don't know anything unpleasant about him or anything. I do know he's good friends with Ben Affleck, and I just can't stand him.
I think Matt Damon eats cake, like Paul Rudd said in 40-Year-Old Virgin. But let's go through the rest of it.
Okay.
Let's just see, because what he's saying right here, just on the title, is I 100% agree with it.
Yeah,
I don't actually.
Oh,
but you want to know what I disagree with?
What?
I think it's much simpler than that. I think Netflix wants movies and shows to restate the plot 3 or 4 times because that's how dumb their own writers are. And they think, I need to have it repeated to me that many times. So therefore, I'm going to assume that my audience is just as dumb as I am. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
Tell, don't show. However, the bloated budgets would say opposite. So let's see exactly if we can get more context from this. Oh, speaking of just that, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, the ever open giant chin. They really should do. Do y'all remember? Oh goodness, from Fairly Odd Parents, Chintigulus, the Crimson Chin.
The Crimson Chin.
If they want to do a live action version, they wouldn't even have to have prosthetics if you got Ben Affleck in there. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck recently appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience to promote their new Netflix film, The Rip. And it's not a fart. And the longtime friends and collaborators shared their thoughts on how the streamer is changing the way movies are made.
Yes.
That is
race swapping has been around for a while though, so it's like not really a new. Oh, they mean in a different way. Sorry, never mind.
Oh, he also pointed out that because viewers give a very different level of attention to a movie at home versus in a theater. Negative. And it depends on what theater you're in, because some black people are throwing popcorn at the screen and screaming at absolutely everything. And some people are on their phones, and then some people are actually trying to give a shit about it, taking their notebook down and writing notes. Netflix wants to push the action set pieces towards the front of the runtime. Nigga. That's because they do the previews where you get to see basically the trailer, and that's what gets people's attention. He also said there are behind the scenes discussions about reiterating the behind the scenes discussions. Ooh, herein lies the rub. If my it actually does it. Sometimes it just shoots it up to the top of the screen, almost like a Peter North cum shot. Behind the scenes discussions about reiterating the plot 3 or 4 times in the dialogue to account for people being on their phones. Well, I agree with Lex. I agree with everybody here on this panel. That definitely should not be happening. If you have a good enough story, how many times okay, I'm going to poke the bear, Lex. How many times did Lord of the Rings reiterate itself? Even though reiterate in itself is a redundancy because iterate means the exact same as reiterate. How many times? Pardon.
It just doesn't. It shows you what's happening and then it moves on and you're locked in because it's engaging. And if you don't like it, I get it. There are some people who Lord of the Rings, whatever, they just can't get into it. Fine. But the problem isn't that they didn't reiterate the plot enough times. The problem is that you just aren't getting invested in the first place, is honestly what's happening there. And okay, I don't get you, but fine. But Lord of the Rings would have only been harmed if every time they sat down, they had to recap everything that's happened so far and what every character's motivation is and all those types of things. That would have just would have ruined it. It would have absolutely ruined it.
When the characters have to say their internal things out loud, when they have to give exposition when it should be going on through their head, and the actors actually can emote those things, and you can see through the way things are shot in the scenes and what's going on at the time, when you can add the context, that's what makes film. Well, but now that you have to say everything out loud and explain everything, that's what ruins the experience of movies.
Well, it's modern Hollywood for you right there. In like a nutshell is... we have a character. We want this character to be strong-willed and competent. So instead of showing you this character being strong-willed and confident, we're going to have some side character walk up and tell this person, you are so strong-willed and confident. It's like, you're right, I am. I'm like, wow, that's boring and lame, and I could not possibly care less.
Yeah. Don't worry, you can do it because you've always been strong-willed and confident. Yes. And then they do they'll have 2 women do it, by the way, and they'll be like 2 women of different races. And they'll do like the same thing from fucking not from Predator. Shit. Wait, no, it is Predator. It is Predator where they grab together and they're just like, we are brothers in this moment.
Yeah. The meme handshake, yeah. But I mean,
the standard way to make an action movie that we learned was you usually have 3. Hold on, Lex, I want you to go first because this seems like Matt Damon's gonna drop some knowledge on some niggas.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I mean, go back to any classic film. Go back before any film before the year 2010. Let's even go back that far back. They didn't give you recaps and character summaries, because they didn't have to. The expectation is, hey, you're watching this movie, and generally speaking, we're not going to have 3.5 hour long movies. We're going to have movies that are 1.5 hours to 2 hours. The expectation is that the audience can pay it has an attention span of at least 2 hours, and the audience cares. If they care, they're paying attention. If they don't care, then I mean, I don't know. I think of it this way. When I have students that ask me a question that I literally answered within the past 2 minutes and it doesn't come up, all that tells me is that they weren't paying attention. Now, I can extrapolate from that, oh man, I'm not being engaging, but generally speaking, I usually assume it's like you're off in La La Land, as you are all the time. But I can't cater to that. Like, that's not how it works. If you're making a film and you're trying to tell a story and you're trying to do, accomplish something, don't you don't cater to the bottom like that. You just, I'm going to tell a story where it hits. And in the past, all the classics, that's the way it just was. And if someone can't pay attention that long, tough. They get left behind. Sorry. Anyway, as he was.
Motherfucking. Yup. Miss Deborah has stepped away for a second. She is checking on our good buddy, a bitch ass named John Ampler. Matt Damon, and anyway, I've already done that. Let's go down here. Just to finish it out, the standard way to make an action movie that we learned was you usually have 3 set pieces. 1 in the first act, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Okay, that's a very minimalistic. I don't know. I spent too much time making movies, so I don't agree with that. But hey, everyone needs a good starting off point. Everyone needs a syllabus. You spend most of your money on that one in the third act. That's your finale. Okay, I agree with that. And now they're like, can we get a big one in the first 5 minutes? We want people to stay. And it wouldn't be terrible if you reiterated the plot 3 or 4 times in the dialogue because people are on their phones while they're watching. Now, there is some truth to this. But most of the time it's in horror films. You want a stinger in the first act, actually within the first 10 minutes of the first act, because you have to make sure people are just like, you're going to get scared as shit in this. With action movies, it'd be a little bit different, especially, well, you don't want to do this in dramas. But I think this is lost art. This is why I say TikTok generation so much. It's people have short attention spans because they have because media has taught them to have short attention spans, and it's one of those self-fulfilling prophecies of if you follow this formulaic kind of shit, this is what you get, and now you're bitching about it. Like, nigga, you did this. You trained people. They're like, I need to see something that just completely makes me shit my pants up front. And then hopefully I'll be invested in the characters for the next 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes. And then we'll have a finale where they just blow their load, like just jizzing all the money out on special effects. Oh, wait, they're not actually paying their visual effects artists nearly what they're worth, and they're not giving them the correct time frames in order to get it done because they can't get it done on their own fucking schedules. I know I'm going off on a tirade, but
well, I think what happens here is I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. I think we have
back to basics. That's
over accommodated a lot of things. We have I don't think there's substantially an increase in the number of people who have ADHD and all these different types of things. Like, realistically, I think that's always been a thing. We haven't evolved, I don't think, that much in the last 20 years where it's like all of a sudden now that's actually everywhere. I think what's happened is just people have always been this way and been on a full range spectrum, and I mean that in so many ways, of this type of thing. It's just now we've become so accommodating of it that people don't really have to learn how to deal with it. Like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, I can't sit still. I have to be up on my feet, moving around, doing stuff all the time. But like when I was little, you just had to learn to deal with it. Like, and I look at my grandfather, who I see all the time. That man is always like tapping a foot. He's doing something constantly. I'm like, okay, I see where it comes from. It's in the family. Like, this is in the blood. It's just, you learned that you had to cope. You had to deal with it. The world wasn't going to cater to you. You had to adjust to the way the world is. And I feel like now it's exactly backwards. We're training generations that, of course, in schools we literally call them accommodations, where it's like, hey, this person needs to be moved into this spot, this person needs to be given these types of breaks, this person needs to be given all these types of things. Like, and you know what, I don't think that's inherently bad. I just think we're training people right now, generationally, societally, in the West, we're training people that the world is gonna conform to the way you are. And then once we actually put them out in the world doesn't do that. And Netflix and these shows are now starting to do it too. It's like, oh, we need to accommodate to our audience who's just as impulsive and has no self-control as we are and has no like concept of awareness as we are. I'm like, no, like that's it. What you're compromising, like you're catering to one extreme and you're losing everybody else. That's what I think's going on. I have nothing to back up what I'm saying other than anecdotes, but
Well, let's think about this. Okay, so you know what? Obviously, inflation has happened. Inflation keeps happening, but look at the classic movies. All right, so go with me down this rabbit hole just for a second. Ticket prices were cheap as shit. How did they make so much money that adjusted for inflation are beating out everything that's going right now? It's repeat watches. This is because these stories were well told. They were intriguing. People were looking for Easter eggs. They were looking to understand the characters more because the characters were more, in my opinion, a lot of the times more well written. There was something to delve deeper into. There was something to actually review. There were things where we could postulate in our minds our own theories and everything like that. I'm sorry, I'm about to sneeze. So, but you get what I'm saying.
you were showing more.
And that's just not like that anymore. Now it's just cut and dry. It's told to you as blatantly and as just like fucking white napkin paper. It's just given to you. It's like, well, there's nothing to think about, so I'm never going to see this again. And I never want to see this again because it didn't encapsulate me. So whatever, I'm going to be on my phone. Now, that's a different way of saying things, but I don't know. This is a great conversation that basically could last over an hour. Go ahead, Miss Deb.
No, I'm just saying Matt Damon is very intelligent. He's a great actor too, but I think he kind of gets it as far as movies and how to hold the attention of us movie goers, movie watchers, and so forth. He can't help it that his best friend's Ben Affleck. He can't help that.
Well, actually, later on in the article, we haven't gotten down there yet, but
Okay.
Matt Damon has also said some other base shit in the past.
Well, let's get to it then.
Now, his political views and mine don't match, but it's okay.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit what your political views are. As long as they don't encroach on anybody else's rights, doesn't matter to me. Let's go to what we just talked about. And then while Damon thought shows like Adolescence, which he and Ben Affleck just did, are the exception, Affleck said that he felt the show demonstrates you don't have to do the Netflix tricks to please audiences.
What does that mean?
Well, what Matt Damon just said.
Oh.
You have to have it structured in a certain way. You have to. And that's what Lex and I were talking about while you were gone for a second. Can we get a big one in the first 5 minutes? You have to do one.
Oh,
And
okay.
then
I'm sorry.
in the beginning of the first act, you have to like blow a budget here, and then you have to Peter North something at the end because that's what keeps people looking. And then it was like, yeah, but Ben Affleck and Matt Damon got together again. They're putting out something. And it's like, if you look at this show, it's dark. It's absolutely everything. It's what they actually want to put out on the screen.
Mhm.
And we don't have to do that. We can make it a character-driven movie, and it's working because we're actually writing. And I agree with him. And that's exactly what Lex and I were just agreeing with. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think of I must confess, I have never actually watched any of the Avatar films that take place on Pandora. And I have no interest in watching any of them. I've seen clips on YouTube. I've seen enough shorts to basically get an idea. And
They're
frankly,
gay. They're
the
gay.
plot has nothing to do with that. That whole series, the Avatar series, is the like embodiment of spectacle, but not substance. It's spectacle. It's you go for the experience of seeing the pretty colors and flashing lights and special effects that are really impressive to see. Like in no way whatsoever do I knock. The visuals are stunning. But I don't know anyone. I don't think I've ever, and I've been online for a while. I don't think I've ever seen anybody raving about the characters of Avatar. I don't think I've ever seen anybody talk about the story and what's going on and like the plot details in any way whatsoever. They talk about, wow, wasn't that pretty? I'm like, that's great. It is pretty. It is. It really is. But what's happening versus you go before that, and even some of those early Marvel films, some of them were slow burns at first, and then they build, and of course they do have moments of spectacle. Make no mistake. Look at Iron Man and whatnot. Like they're a spectacle. They're a spectacle. But it's not just constant. Ooh, wow, I'm so overwhelmed with all these sights and seeing. You had character development. You had a story. You were invested in just what this person's going through. The goal wasn't just to wow you. The goal was to like relate. And I don't know. I've never met anybody who related to an Avatar film.
That's the word, relate.
I've met people who were blown away by like seeing it, and like it really was like meant to be an experience that you went to theater to see, because it's go and seeing that on a big screen. It's a thing. It's like it is a spectacle. But you know what else is a spectacle? A fireworks show. A fireworks show.
You know what else is a spectacle?
Awesome. It's awesome to see. It's really cool. And you know what? You walk away, you never think about it again because it was just cool to watch. It was cool to see, but you're not going to remember a specific moment of it. You're not going to remember, ooh, that firework was really cool, or that firework was really great. It was a firework. You've seen it before. There was nothing deep about it.
Yeah, that's the way that the way that I've said. Anytime I talk about the Avatar films, it's like, yes, I go see them. Like, it's a very beautiful, very long screensaver, and then there's 1 or 2 action scenes. And it's like, and the action scenes are done pretty well, but the rest of it is just lull-drums and doldrums. I was like, yeah, it's pretty, but I don't really give a fuck. I feel like I could get this by just going to an aquarium.
Do those blue things talk?
Yes.
Oh, I've never seen. I just know they got those long, weird tails.
Yeah, well, they basically, but those are the same tails that they use to have sex.
I know, and that's what Epic Mike says. They have sex with trees, and I'm like, what?
Technical.
Epic Mike says that. I don't know.
No, that is they have the little cord around here that they connect with life.
Oh yeah, it's way actually worse when you start thinking about it, because they like
Yeah,
latch
and then
onto animals and things.
But yeah, that's the way that Jake Sully and Zoe Saldana's character, just like Lex said, like no one can tell you the characters' names. That's the way that they mated.
That's just.
But then, in order to ride the birds, they have to basically stick the same thing into the birds thing. It's like, yeah, they basically just fuck nature constantly.
And people pay money to go watch that shit. You do? I can't believe you do.
Miss Deborah, that's one of the highest grossing franchises of all time.
I know. Okay.
Because nobody thinks about it, because you don't go there to think. You go there to turn your brain off and watch the spectacle.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, Lex,
There's nothing to reflect about a fireworks show. There's nothing to reflect about the Pandora Avatar series. It's just the way it is. You go, ooh, pretty colors, pretty lights. Wow. It's actually why every single one of those movies is accounting for inflation, doing half the one that came before. Every one of them.
Supposed to be.
Wait, what or what?
I mean, what are they? Are they like
They're Indians.
aliens on the? Are they normal?
They're supposed to be me. They're supposed to be Redskins. They're supposed to be me.
Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up. No, they're
No,
not.
it's
No, yes,
dances,
no,
it's
that
Dances
he's-
with Wolves. Yes, it's Redskins, people in touch with the land.
It's very much they're doing we're the natives of the land in touch with nature being colonized. It's very much that story. And the humans are supposed to be like the colonizers in the story. And they don't really go any deeper.
Boomer.
They don't even go any deeper than that. It's that basic. But like I said, when that first one came out,
that's exactly it, Lex. It doesn't go deeper. And yes, Miss Deborah, yes, they are meant to be. The blue skins are meant to be the Redskins.
Okay.
So yeah, it
They
is
wouldn't
supposed to
phrase it that
be
way, but yeah.
like people of my tribe.
I'm just old. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not mad about it. I don't give a shit.
I like your tribe much better.
Well, we sided with the Americans, Choctaw Nation, baby.
Baby, I love you. I don't know, but those blue things are
We
weird.
sided with the Americans in absolutely every conflict, so I have no shame. We did not do the Trail of Tears.
My
That was-
great
was a
grandmother's Choctaw, so there you have it. So just saying.
Choctaw Nation, nigga. But
Oh my God, I can't say that word. Don't make me say
it's, you could say it off stream. But yeah.
off screen. Did you hear that, Lex?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
probably
no,
won't hear me say it.
Lex is absolutely 100% correct. Avatar is just a retelling. At the end is getting fucked up. Yeah,
Yep.
that's exactly what we were just saying.
Except it's
See,
not.
I didn't get
Except
that
it's
at
not.
all.
It's fan fiction where the natives win.
What he's saying, I'll read it out for you.
Okay. The tail's
BT Dub,
organ.
the tail isn't their sex organ. It connects minds and they share emotions. However, that is how they procreated as well.
That's okay.
Unless James Cameron changed it in the new one for the first two.
Well, I'm just glad I have never been, nor will ever be, one of those blue things.
Because Jake Sully doesn't have a dick. Hold on.
Because I don't think they kiss. I like to kiss.
No, they do. They do kiss. They do kiss.
Oh, they do? Well, okay. Do they use
Yeah,
their
but
tongue?
how did they have 3 kids?
Oh. I don't want to be one still. They look weird.
Well, good
Okay.
news. I don't think it's likely that you'll be made one.
Or please, or
Yeah, come on. No,
No,
those are the elites.
please
I'd
tell
rather
me.
be an exorcist, Lex.
No, please tell me
unlikely.
because hold on, guys. Please tell me, or because I have not been privy to that information. I've watched Way of Water, and obviously I've watched the first one.
Who are you talking to? ORB?
Orb, yeah, old Renaissance boomer.
Boomer. He is a longtime friend of mine.
No, he's a good guy. No, I'm not
Yeah.
saying that. He's
Well, I'm
talking
not
about
saying that
the way
either.
that they procreate in Avatar.
Oh, it's
Just
that
they don't
other
go
thing.
junk doesn't mean it ain't there.
Oh, well, that's news to me. Everything I've ever
Yeah.
heard from
Oh, I
well,
thought they
anyone
did it
always
with
said that
thing.
was quote the blue people who did it with their hair is what I was always told about them. So
Okay, so this might be a fan theory. It may be theorizing,
Okay,
but
you
I
know
but I think
where
the
I
point.
got-
But I think the point of it is that we give so little of a shit about it that we don't want to go that deep into it.
well, I mean,
But
even
as
I
far
think
as
the other
what-
day on Open Bar, like everybody on Open Bar was under the same impression too. So either none of them has seen it or all of them misunderstood it. But I think the case is like that's the impression they all have is
No,
that's
we've
going
all-
on there.
If old Renaissance boomer has more
He's a
information
smart
than,
guy.
than
He's a smart
well, I'm
guy.
not saying he's dumb. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. If he has more information that we are not privy to, because I have seen the first two films multiple times,
Well,
that's the way that it is portrayed in the films as how they do their intimate stuff while still saying PG-13. If you're saying there's something different, or James Cameron has come out and said something different, now that's a conversation. But no,
That's the type of
absolutely
thing I'm
everybody.
afraid to grok, but I might
Well,
grok.
I got my information. This is very important, and this is like almost gold. I got my information off of Tuesday Night Main Event
Oh, I
between
get mine
your
from watching the damn
Bear and
movie.
Epic Mike. So, I mean, it's got to be right.
That's why Epic
Got it.
Meek. That's why they connect the tail to the tree, and
Yeah.
is their minds connect to the
Oh
movie
my
story.
God, he's
Why
so
not?
funny.
All right,
Oh.
motherfucker.
Oh,
I do know that, but that's why I said, like, they're having sex with nature, they're having sex with everything, because they're connecting their minds and their emotions. So where does the sperm come from? That's my question. Where does the sperm and the egg that is ovulating, where does that come from?
Yeah,
I know PG-13, they can't show junk. They're not George R.R. Martin.
well, for what it's worth, Grok says they have
Grok.
organs, and that the hair stuff is for a mental and spiritual bonding, but not the physical act. I didn't know that. That's not how I've always heard it. So
Me
I've learned something from
neither.
Grok.
That's also not how it's shown. So that's why I have the questions. And maybe it's meant to be
I mean,
something,
who is
something
there?
flaws out. Maybe Jake Sully is taped up, even though he's an avatar. It's
Well,
taped up. It's taped underneath the gooch.
They had to do that with all of them.
You can't say it. Maybe. Okay, I'm trying to turn it into a joke because we're not arguing. We're not arguing at all.
Especially when they started having that human kid running around with them wearing all that.
Well, apparently in the new one, the human kid gets a tail where now he can fuck everything in the world as well.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
well,
weird. If my memory serves, I think he was a minor when that was filmed. So typical Hollywood being typical Hollywood.
I don't even want to go into that. Okay,
Yeah, no. I just want to
minors.
make fun of and insult and belittle Hollywood every chance I get because it's full of a bunch of it's to quote our Lord. Sorry, not to quote our Lord. To quote John the Baptist, brood of vipers. That
oh my God, Boomer.
is not exactly how his name is spelled.
I
Love
love Project Aggro. Stop that.
Firup Chan.
Erase that, Boomer.
I didn't say that in a racist way at all.
You just read what chat wrote. I mean, no one can blame you.
Who said he hung like Brackman? Maybe he hung
All right.
like Firup Chan.
I'll take it back.
Kamsamida.
I love Philip Chan.
Oh yeah, Project Aggro. All right, guys, we should probably end this.
Yep.
We are done. Golly, I just looked at the time counter. Yeah, we are done.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything that anybody else wants to say, especially on this topic, but any other topic, anything you want to get off your chest, say?
No, just one little thing. Do you remember last week? I know Sin was on. I guess it was just us and Sin, of course, John. But Lex sounded all different.
What, do I not sound any different this time?
All grown up. He's back to normal now. Do you
Yeah,
see it?
you sound like you've had some pussy.
Okay. Well, that's not what I was going to say, but
Yeah, I had to say it.
I don't even know what that means.
That means you're not gay anymore.
okay. I just meant you sound like you've always sounded. God, Malty.
Got nothing for you. I don't know. Last week I was recovering from whatever funk, whatever. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he's on about. I don't know what any of you are talking about.
No,
We
no,
don't
I
know.
feel like last week you had a different mic, and I was like, damn, he sounds good.
Talk about gay.
Wow. Apparently I sound terrible now. Okay,
But you
fine.
weren't. But you weren't on last week, were you? Wasn't last
Yeah,
week
I
you
was.
took? You were, or was
Yeah,
the
I
week
was there
before?
I was there last week. I did have to quite quickly leave towards the end, but I was there for most of it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm remembering. It's like, nigga, all these days run into each other. We're busy. All of us are busy all the time. It's hard to keep track of days. You are correct, but I believe the last time we talked, which like, damn, Lex's mic or his setup or whatever he did is a marked change in the right direction. And now Miss Deborah just called you out. It's like, no, you're back to normal.
Yes, I
Well,
missed
I need to
him.
go listen. I need to go re-listen to what I sounded like last week and figure out what I did differently. Because I have
Well,
unplugged and replugged this microphone a few times since. Again, I should double check. Am I using the right mic? I think I'm
the
using the right
thing
mic.
is normal because there was one of these streams where I was just like one little clicker on my mixer was slightly different, and I was like, oh golly, that's bass heavy. And I have
Yeah.
no idea how it sounds in here because I'm in a fucking hotel room.
Right.
I was like, it was like the settings seem like they would be okay, and then the little mic reading looks like it's doing great. Never fucking know until we do the rewatch.
Well, now I'm gonna go back and be like, well, do I just need to be sick every stream? Is that what he wants? He just wants me to sound like I'm dying.
Maybe because it sounded really good.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not writing it off.
Yeah, could you just die every stream?
No,
You're sick every Saturday.
I'll end up doing what Margaret Thatcher did over her whole career, where it's just the voice coaches trained her to lower her voice every time she talked.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, you really go watch some of her speeches from the start of her term to the end of her term, and it's like, oh wow, your voice got way deeper. But you're old, so that's 100% trained.
DoorDash. All right, it's time for the prayer, guys.
Yes.
This is
Let's
the
do
time of the stream as we end, and we will let everybody have their outros. Anyone still watching? Appreciate you. Much appreciated. This is a part of the stream where we are unabashed about our faith in Jesus Christ. So Lex will lead us in prayer. You can join us. It's always open invitation. You don't have to, but this is the part of the stream where we pray. So does anybody have prayer requests or anything like that?
Just please remember our friend that didn't feel good.
Yes. Pray for John Ambler, please.
Simple as.
Anybody else? Anybody else in the chat? If they're unspoken, it's totally fine. We're still going to pray for you anyway.
The beauty of
Take
prayer is that we can pray for all intentions, spoken and unspoken, because the one to whom we speak knows what we ask for before we ask. And so, let us pray. Lord Jesus Christ, before you every knee will bend. There is no other name other than yours by which we will be saved. Thank you for the gifts you have given us, the gifts of these friendships that have lasted. Preserve them. We thank you for the many gifts and blessings we received today, especially the gifts and blessings that we have missed, small ones, the ones that are easy to take for granted. We ask your grace. Point them out to us. Help us see them more every day. Help us see you every day. For you are present in every moment. Show us every moment. In a special way, we pray for our friend who is not feeling well. bring him the healing and the grace that he needs. And for all those in the world who in this moment do not feel that they have the friendship and companionship that you have graced us with, bring them that comfort, be present to them, make them know your love. For so often, the way you show us your love is through the love of others. For all the intentions that have been spoken, for those that have remained unspoken, for those that are hidden even from ourselves, in your name, we pray to our Father. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Lex. That was beautiful.
Well, the Holy Spirit guides us to all prayer.
Yes, sirree. Okay, guys. Anybody want to plug anything? We want to plug Isaac's channel. We want to plug. Okay, first of all, we want to plug J Drunk 3PO and X Wing. Daughter's Revenge is out there. Hail Vindicta. Go get your copy. If anybody has anything, set it down. Just JK, are you on that? John Ambler would normally do it. Please put a link to John. Please put a link to Vindicta. You can get it off of Ripasend.
Yes.
Pretty sure everyone here knows the Ripaverse and how big we are fans of it. There you go. I see it right there. Isaac's channel.
Indeed.
Go ahead, Lex.
Daughter's Revenge, the comic that Jay's been working on with a number of extremely talented people. By all means, go check that out on Ripasend. Tomorrow night, speaking of, 6:30 p.m. Central. Actually, I think it's a little bit later tomorrow, maybe 7. But nonetheless, tomorrow night on Isaac's channel, Golden Age Podcast, come join me and also Jay and also Angry Badger and a number of other people on the Golden Age Podcast. And then if you are interested in me, on Tuesday, you can come find me on Cole Hauser's channel, where we'll be talking about Star Wars in general. Specifically, probably the prequels and stuff, but we're going to go off the rails because that's just the way it works. And then after that, loops back around. You'll find me here next week. Golden Age after that.
Miss Deborah, what you doing?
Whatever you tell me to do, I'll do.
What?
I didn't even say that without laughing. Nothing. I've been at my daughter's all weekend. It's been a very nice visit. I'm going home tomorrow, and I'll just be home doing my thing. That's all. I'll be in streams, everybody. So come watch your favorite streamers. Maybe I'll be there. It's great seeing all you guys. Thanks for being here tonight.
For sure. Appreciate absolutely everybody who has come through.
And everybody who's going to come through.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to scroll through up everybody. Our chat, it keeps going. Y'all are freaking amazing. I love every single one of you. I want to especially shout out just JK. You're a mod extraordinaire.
He's amazing.
I never met you in real life. One of these days, we will. You are absolutely worth your salt. I know you're a Bama boy. That's the only thing that I know about you.
And hold against you, actually.
No, I don't. I don't care if you married a sister. Is a sister hot?
What the hell?
Oh, come on. You can't resist. You have to do that joke.
That's in Arkansas, not Alabama. Stop.
Well,
they're
it's
closer than you
both.
think.
It's a little
Which
bit
is
both.
true.
They actually border each other. Well, no, there's Mississippi in between, but
Okay, we can talk about your state a little bit.
We'll say shout out
I'm
to
talking
John
about
Ambler,
Louisiana.
shout out to
We're talking
Margaret
Yes.
Riggle.
Wriggle.
Wriggle. or B.
Jana Banana,
Yep. Jana Banana.
Brimstone, the Wayfarer.
I didn't see Kaylee tonight. I don't think
I
must
didn't.
be
Jerry
busy.
Sills. Jerry Sills
Yeah,
was
Jerry.
here.
Parajanitor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I didn't see Kaylee. I
Sergeant
might have to check
Giratina,
up
of
on her.
course. We don't want to leave Sergeant out.
Sergeant
What's
Giratina,
right?
my very first mod. You get a salute. You always get a salute. Actually, might be on his stream next Wednesday.
Very good.
Next Tuesday. I don't know.
Oh, you're so busy. Oh,
Miss Deborah, I never stop working.
I know.
Not until I'm dead.
Because
which
there
will be
ain't
in
no
about 12
rest
hours.
for the wicked.
Yeah. Miles to go before we sleep.
I'll
All right, guys,
sleep
we're going to end it
behind.
right here. We have other people that we need to take care of. I hope you take care of yourself. Always remember, you can't take care of other people if you're not taking care of yourself. So please take that to heart. And then when you can take care of yourself, take care of everyone around you.
True.
That's what David went through in Psalm 8. God opened his eyes and says, like, look, I have to open your ears, man. I'm gonna speak like
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak like a gangster. Open your ears, man. Listen to me. It ain't about you. It ain't about all
That's
your.
not how God
your-
said that.
It actually is. Actually, in
Not
literal
with that
translation.
attitude. Okay.
Well, it
go
actually, yes. In literal translation, yes, it is. We just had a whole
Okay.
sermon on it today.
God was a gangster. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Open your ears. I opened your ears that it's not about the ritualistic sacrifices that you keep making to me. It's about us. And this is before Jesus was ever born and sent to this earth. It's about the relationship between you and God and the people that you interact with. So don't be like the Pharisees. Don't be like all pomp and circumstance. Instead, follow my teachings by the heart, not necessarily by, you don't have to kill something and like holy of holies and everything like that. That veil was lifted. That veil was broken when Jesus was sacrificed. Anywho, without going off on a whole nother tangent, we gonna get out of here. Screw that. Not working until I die.
Fair enough.
Not work.
Fair
Not
enough.
working. You lucky bastard. As soon as I can, I'm gonna retire and travel the country, photographing all the way. I would
Aw.
love to see it, brother.
He's
I
a
would.
great photographer. Boomer is.
Chat, thank you so much for joining us. God bless you guys. Thank you. And I know we all look forward to seeing you next week.
God bless each and every one.